Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. It's Monday, and that means it's time for Monday Night Raw. It looks like we're starting out with Seth Rollins. Is this going to be to challenge for the United States Championship? What's he doing? What's the story going on here? Anyway, Seth is starting it out with his little midriff jacket there. Looks like they're in Portland. Who's your host? So Seth is our host? Is that what he just said? That's our host tonight. Anyways, if you're just joining us, make sure you give us a like. If you haven't already subscribed, we got Film in there. Chris, Sophie, Purpur. Woo! Seth's got the whole crowd chanting. Whoa! What's your question, Seth? Do you believe in karma, Seth asked. He's talking about beating Matt Riddle. He did beat Riddle. You got about 20,000 singing it right now, Seth. Everybody's singing his song. Ayla's in here. It looks like they're probably going to keep that going. Oh, yep, there's a rematch. Riddle versus Seth. But is it happening tonight? Seth is not interested in a rematch, and I don't think any of us are either, so it's all good. Bobby Lashley's next for Seth freaking Rollins. Championships. Crowd's chanting rematch. When his hand goes up, your mouth goes shut. See? He told you guys. Then you all got chastised. Because you're not listening. Hello. Cup now? Is that ice cream?
Yeah.
It's very neon-y.
You don't want that overhead light on, do you?
Probably not, no. You just reach up and pull it. Then it'll never turn on again.
That would make you not happy.
Here comes Riddle. I don't want a rematch, he said.
No rematches and stuff.
Bro. And then he just drops the mic. So Riddle used to be pretty good on the mic, I thought. It was like decent, but they've been kind of taking it away from him. Why are you making a knot?
I didn't. They do it themselves. No. Wrong.
All right, we do have Matt Riddle out at ringside. Looks like Rollins is leaving. But Riddle's giving up chase. Hey, look, it's Tugboat.
Tugboat Willie?
Tugboat was in the front row. And I'm pretty sure he was dressed as Tugboat, too.
Tugboat Willie?
Why do you keep saying that?
I don't know. It's from the Mickey Mouse cartoon when they first started being Mickey Mouse.
I think I know what you're talking about. But no. It's just a wrestler. His name was Tugboat.
Well, that's sad. I don't like it. Anyways, Purpur Block is in the chat as well, besides the other people that you talked about.
I did say Purpur, yes.
Chris Akane is in here.
I did see Chris.
Where's D? Where's D? Where's D? Where's D? Where's D? I'm here. I am 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 here.
Look who's there.
Hey, it's Judgment Day. I guess they're coming after old Riddle Biddle. Chris says, LOL, Rollins G-ace promo ever. Okay, it's promo ever. Sweet.
So, I guess Rhea has a new song, and it's going to be available on Spotify here coming soon. I just seen it on the Twitter sphere.
Like, she sang it herself?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I think
well, that's a bummer.
it's just an entrance song.
Anyways, yay, D is here. Chris says Big D is here. Sophie says Riddle versus Rollins versus Lashley versus AJ Styles. Oh, Sophie says that was weird with what D did. It looked like
Who are your
she had
friends?
a rewind button. So he said, we miss D. We miss D what? Chris says, Rip Tugboat, a.k.a. Shockmaster, a.k.a. Typhoon.
Yeah.
So he says they put Riddle in a feud with Judgment Day.
Did they just offer him a spot? Judgment, bro.
Your Judgment, bro. EW Network in the chat says hi, hello.
Hey, everybody.
Sophie says, yesterday marked 21 years since 9/11. Yes, it did. Salvador Chavez is in the chat. Hey, Salvador says, hi, my friends. Hola, mi amigo.
Hola.
How's it going?
No, nobody's
Ayla's
seen Dom,
like,
bro.
oh, hey, Talitha's here, right?
Got Hulk Hogan there. We got Tugboat there. Hogan's in the middle in the upper back.
Oh.
Can't miss him. And then Tugboat, you see his striped shirt and the ball cap, or the captain's cap.
Oh, is it somebody dressed like him?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So says Aaron Bucks and Omega sent out feelers to WWE this past weekend. See how well it works out for him.
I know Omega had prior when he was injured, I guess, but who wouldn't?
Watch some NFL tonight as well.
Yeah, I just didn't have time to set it up.
Salvador Chavez says, I good, and you guys, bien, my friend, bien, bien. Bien, bien.
He just turned him down. So, but
Focus.
which we knew he would be.
He's got focus. Ah.
The laws are a little lax here in Portland.
Okay, so
Break him.
His accent sounds really fake.
Yeah.
I know he's from there and stuff, but it sounds really fake. Like, it does.
Maybe it's
just
Americanized a little bit since he's been in the States for 2 decades.
So it says this week is the fall TV season with new shows debuting, old shows returning to every network. It says I made fudge today. Velveeta fudge. Yeah, I saw that. Looks gross.
Oh, you did that? You thought that looked gross?
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm not a very
He
good
says that
fudge.
they taste good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't send them to you if he didn't say they tasted good.
I'm not that big of a fudge fan, so Oh, hey, Ayla, if you haven't been to Costco lately, they have the Christmas mint truffles out now. So if you're hankering for some mint truffles, it's happening. It's out. They're out right now. So there you go. You're welcome. Chris says, oh, they want you to join, right? Salvador says, me gusta WWE. Me gusta. Gusta.
It's good. I don't know.
It's but I don't know what gusta means. Sorry, Salvador, I'm a terrible person. Spanish is not a language I know a lot of. I just know some. Gusta is not a word I know. Anyways, Vindicator's in the chat. Hey, Vindicator. Dalitha, Travis, how you guys feeling tonight? I'm feeling good enough to chop up raw meat tonight whenever they step out of line and start getting weird and dumb. Dude, it already went that way. You might as well just step out now. Go get your butcher knife and go to town. It looks like he has Velveeta cheese, chocolate fudge. Sophie's like, so Riddle is in 2 different feuds now?
Yeah, it looks like they're moving forward. There is a rumor that Seth's going to be wrestling Bobby for the U.S. title here pretty soon in a feud.
That's weird.
So they might just switch it over.
Right.
Quickly.
Vindicator says cheese and chocolate together is nasty, though. I disagree, Vindicator. I actually like to eat Cheetos and Snickers together. It's a very good combination. Chris says V-triggered a Balor. It was like, haha, you'd think so, Vin, but actually it literally tastes like chocolate cheesecake. Sophie says the buy rate for All Out was surprising. It was less than the last few AEW pay-per-views this year.
Ouch. It's not a huge surprise with the whole Punk thing and all that going on. Prior to it.
Yes, Piccola, thank you. Thank you. And yes, I would not be surprised if there was a lower amount of people going towards it just because of some of the drama fallout.
Well, 2 weeks earlier that Punk had lost in a squash match that made zero storyline sense.
Yep.
Just to give it back to him.
Yep.
At the pay-per-view. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And then I would assume that a lot of the buyers didn't like it.
And then the stupid happened, and then he lost it anyways because he
gave it up.
He got an injury.
Well, no, he did hurt his tricep. He's out for 8 months. He hurt
his tricep. Ernest Bell in the chat. Hey, Ernest.
Hey, Ernest.
And also on Monday night, it looks like we've got the Seattle Seahawks versus the Broncos.
Denver Broncos.
Seahawks are in their disgusting orange outfits. Ugh,
look at this. So all these games are going on in the Pacific Northwest. They're in Portland.
Oh, are they?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
And they're in Seattle.
Oh, Jesus. Could you imagine? Like, which one am I going to go to? I don't know. I'm not a fan of either one. Oh, wait.
I'm just going to stay. I'm going to watch both.
Oh, no. He broke his knee.
All right. We do actually have a match now.
So. Impromptu Balor versus Riddle match just happened because Balor yacked at him in his weird accent.
As he should.
His fake accent. Sorry.
His fake accent.
Ernest Bell is in the chat. I said that, but he says, hey, people. And people says, me gusta. I like, yes. Gusta, I know. Gusta, I had no idea. But yeah, that sounds right, Piccola. Thank you.
That was a good little pass right there.
Vindicator says, Dalitha is not convinced. Ayla, make some and send it over there for Dalitha to eat on camera for AEW Dynamite. It was like, so you can't taste the Velveeta. The fudge is just a firm cheesecake. Ha, shocking. Pickle's like, I'm not sure my flavor palette is ready for that. Velveeta fudge. So he says maybe we will see Rollins versus Riddle again for the Saudi Arabia pay-per-view.
That's a long ways out, but possibly. We have Extreme Rules first. That one makes a little bit more sense, and then I would assume they'll end that. It is Johnny Gargano against Chad Gable. A lot of people didn't know who the match was going to be against. I seen it on Twitter way earlier today, but even WWE in their text message today that tells you what matches are on, or their email.
Yeah.
Because they send me an email every day, or every time they have a show.
That's nice of them.
That is very nice. But they only told me 3.
Oh.
It's like, can you tell me the whole show in order?
No, we're just going to tell you a couple. We want to make sure you keep checking your email. Don't forget to look.
Look at the elbow right to the back of the head of Riddle.
Yeah. Pico says, but when you think about it, there's worse combinations. That's very true, Pico. I've seen them. Sophie says the buy rate for All Out was like 135,000 people. Ayla says, so it's a simple recipe. Half a pound of Velveeta, 1 cup butter, 2 pounds powdered sugar, half a cup of cocoa, and a teaspoon of vanilla. Pico says everything is in your area hot commodity, right? Now it's a matter of going there. Nobody wants to go there.
Yeah, we're basically split right in between Denver and Seattle. I think they're 14 hours to each one.
I think you're right. I think it's about that to both of them. Portland might be a little closer.
Yeah, Portland is closer. But nobody,
He's like, look at him.
but
You
no,
should.
nobody goes there, though.
Oh, God. Nobody wants to go to Seattle either. Ugh. Ernest Bell's like, go Bears. And then Peter says the Seahawks uniform is a highlighter green. Delete that. LOL. It's a freaking ugly-ass color. Neon grossness out there. They changed the color of their stuff, and I hate it. Like, I hate it. I hate their colors now.
The highlighter.
Hideous.
It's like old day XFLs type uniforms is what
like
it reminds
dumb.
me of.
It makes it's just hideous. I don't like it. Sophie says I wouldn't be surprised if Warner Brothers Discovery sees all this AEW drama and think that they want to renew their contracts. Pico says I have loyalty to some Seattle teams back in the day. Seahawks should have ran the ball.
You didn't like the interception?
You didn't think that interception worked out well for him? That's weird.
Run the ball.
Isn't the Broncos quarterback who used to be the Seahawks quarterback right now?
Yep. Russell Wilson.
That guy's a loser.
That guy is wide open. That's a touchdown.
He got it. They're doing the extra point now.
How in the hell do you get that opened?
I don't know. Very easily, I guess.
That is a breakdown in your secondary.
Oh, no! He gave him a big fat elbow on the ring apron. Ouch.
A fat elbow.
Not only did he hurt him, he hurt himself, too. What a loser face. Loser face, loser face. Blue Lantern's in the chat. Hey, Blue.
Hey, Blue.
There
Thanks
was
for joining
no
us.
BTE episode, such a BS disappointment. That sounds BS-y and disappointing all at the same time.
Yeah, very disappointed in that.
Sophie says, what do you think will be the main event of tonight's show? They have a few options.
They do have a few options. Obviously, if Sasha's going to come back, then it's going to be the women's title, tag team title thing, but...
Yeah.
I don't see them doing that. They haven't been doing the women main eventing.
No.
It's not
It's a really good theme that Triple H took on.
It's not AEW yet, so Johnny Gargano's probably not going to be in the main event either. I'm trying to think if there was something else that was planned that I forgot.
While you're looking for that, People says, I think Cedric Alexander or Ali would be a nice matchup versus Johnny.
Oh, yeah, Edge and Dominic Mysterio could possibly do it.
Ew. Yeah.
Or the women's tag team thing. Unless Triple H wants to go AEW and close it down with Johnny wrestling against Chad Gable. That's not.
Can we turn it off if that happens? Just be done.
That's not.
And click. Over on football.
Meanwhile,
what's happening in the Broncos-Seattle game? Ayla says, on another note, we're making glazed donut burgers tonight. Yeah?
sounds...
Some bullseye burgers. Nice. Blue says, anyone say rated RKO Bro versus Judgment Day?
Judgment Day.
I don't
Be
know. I don't know if that will really happen. Randy is out for a while with that back surgery, so I don't know when he's supposed to be coming
But
back.
you could definitely get Riddle and Edge.
Yeah. Together.
If they decided to go that route.
Yeah,
Which
that's true.
they definitely could, because he needs help. Edge needs help desperately.
Yeah, he needs desperate help, all right. He needs a rascal. Piccolo says, Ayla, I've heard of that before at baseball stadiums. Yeah, it's called a bullseye burger. Sophie says, we don't know when Randy Orton will be back if they're setting up Judgment Day versus RK Bro. Vindicator says, Gable will be a jobber for popular vanilla midgets. Oh, not my terminology, by the way. Ooh, vanilla midgets. Vindicator. Shame on you.
Yeah.
Calling Johnny Spaghetti that. Pickle's like, Balor could rep the Ravens and Riddle the Seahawks. Sophie says glazed donuts aren't that bad. I like the white powdered ones, though. Joseph Bridgewood is in the chat.
Hey, Joseph.
Hello.
hanging out with
Says
us.
hi. Hi. Blue says neon green and neon blue are the best two colors in the world.
Absolutely.
Are they?
You didn't know that?
Sophie says CM Punk will be away for 9 months, so Tony has plenty of time to decide what to do with him.
Give him the
That's what he
title.
should do.
Give him the title when he gets back.
And that's it. Give him the Colombian necktie.
He's a needle mover.
Give him the Colombian necktie. Joseph says, who's your favorite in WWE?
Woman or man?
Just says your favorite.
I know. That's why I re-asked the question. I always answer a question with a question.
Yes, that's how we confuse people into never asking questions ever again.
I don't know if I have a favorite. I like Seth. I like Roman. Who else do I like?
I don't know. Who else do you like right now?
It's tough.
Vindicator says, Travis, you ever been to Seattle? It's one of America's most beautiful cities, or so the travel brochures say so. Whatever. Have you seen their homeless issue that they have nowadays? Do you know that they're homeless, live clear on the outskirts of Seattle? It's like a dumpster dive all the way to Seattle now.
Okay.
It's pretty disgusting.
Well, I don't know anything about that, but
I've seen the roads. It's
okay.
disgusting.
I do know that people that are successful are also homeless that live there, and they live in their cars, and they have super nice cars like Teslas and stuff.
That's pretty pathetic. Ayla says, I don't think a powdered donut would work for a hamburger. Ew, gross. Could you imagine how messy gross that would be? Ugh.
Wait, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's called a bullseye burger. You use a glazed donut as the bun.
Man, no, thank you.
It's a big thing at fairs and stuff.
Awesome.
A lot of people like it. I'm not a fan.
Why don't you just put sugar on your hamburger? It just doesn't make any sense.
Well, of course that makes sense. You have savory stuff and sweet. You don't make the savory stuff sweet. You use sweet stuff with it.
Sugar sweet.
Anyways, Robbie's in the chat. Hey, Robbie says, oh, no, oh. I don't know why you're saying it, but okay. Are you even allowed to get on the internet right now, Robbie? Should you be, in mourning for, 10 days? Isn't, the whole
Is it 10 days
country,
or 14?
It's 10. Isn't the whole country, completely shut down?
They didn't close the internet down?
Pico's like, I just go with brioche or sourdough bread. Pico's like, what's the most exotic thing to put on a burger in your opinion? Well, Travis, it would be a
cheese?
A donut. That's the most exotic thing you can put on a hamburger at this point. Cheese is normal compared to a donut.
Well, I wouldn't put...
That's very exotic.
Hey, look who just showed up. Rey Mysterio just took Damian Priest out. Uh-oh, we got an even match now. 1-on-1.
It's more Anger Judgment Day people taken out. Hurry! Get your intestinal fortitude
Popped him up.
going,
There
Riddle.
it is. Go to sleep. Finn Balor might be done. No. Finn's so good. Riddle has the exact same color shorts on it as the Seattle Seahawks jersey.
I think that's why somebody said you should represent them.
And it's very, very distracting. His Speedo.
Yeah.
Oh, his floating bro landed right on some knees.
Ouchies. Sophie says Edge versus Dominic as the main event who would have thought? I don't think that's
it doesn't
gonna be
necessarily
the main event.
be.
It's a possibility out of a couple different ones. Piccolo says maybe like a spicy slaw. Wouldn't you put that on pulled pork sandwiches? Piccolo's spicy slaw.
Oh.
Sophie says
Patented
football will
DDT.
be over by the time Raw enters the last hour of Raw.
It's supposed to go till after 9, so
Yeah.
we'll see. They could honestly end at the same time.
I was thinking that. Robbie says, how you gonna dish your boy Edge? You don't mind, he's all yours, buddy. You guys are friends.
Oh, Seth was out there.
Where was he out there?
Well, it doesn't matter. Riddle's gonna either lose or lose even worse.
Oh.
Bam! Drives him down. Coup de grace. And this is over. You can put a fork in it. Riddle's done.
JVD's in the chat. Hey, JVD.
You know, you stick a toothpick in there to make sure it's not sticking to it. That's what he just did.
Yeah, gross. Anyways, JVD says, hey, what's up? Not much. Just watching Riddle lose because of Seth, which is really not very nice of him. Blue says, heel-rated RKO was one of my favorite teams ever since DX got injured mid-rivalry. Rated RK Bro may be the only team to ever best them in a rivalry.
Yeah. I have a question for everybody out there in the universe. Look at that. Curb stomp.
What's your question?
My question is do you like the length of the matches now? That was like right around 15 minutes.
Right.
Do you guys like that? To me, it's like, okay, now we've got a quarter of an hour gone each match. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Moving it along. Because in the old days...
That would have been a 2-minute match.
Right.
And we would have had like 15 minutes of promo, or past stuff that happened like 4 weeks ago.
Because we're at 6:30.
I've noticed they haven't done a lot of backstory reminders either. Like, do you
Recaps.
remember what happened 4 months ago with these guys?
Back in April of 2020.
Sophie says, who's your fave WWE tag team of all time from any era?
I'm going to go with the WWE guys. So WWF stuff too. Not WCW. So that would be... I mean, the Road Warriors were there, but I don't think they made their name in WWF. So probably the Dudleys. Trying to think if there's a team I loved Demolition when I was a kid, but I'm not going to put them in the top. So yeah, probably the Dudleys. And then WCW obviously is the Road Warriors and the Steiners.
Nice.
Rock and Roll Express is my favorite tag team of all time. But I don't put them in the top 10 because I understand that they're not top 10 tag team.
Right. You just liked how they did
They're my
stuff.
favorite tag team when I was a kid.
Piccolo says, Bob Bobbles, you talk the world about Lashley. Sophie says, I don't understand football. I tried watching it once, but I only watched the Super Bowl. Piccolo says, yeah, tech-savvy people and libs and hippies live there. Homeless people. Piccolo's like, yo, JV Dizzle. Sophie says, Bianca also has an open challenge tonight. Robbie says, oh, D, I don't follow.
My buddy was a social worker there, guys. And you can only have 15 cases as a social worker. He had over 40 cases that he was working. And so what that would do, is if he needed to take a kid out of a family, he couldn't because it was so hard to get over there and look at the stuff to see what was happening. So the child abuse was way up. This is in Seattle. And if he did take a child away and they did complete everything they needed to do court order wise, he couldn't get their kid back to him. He couldn't return the phone calls. He just could not do it. He was so overworked. And it wasn't that he was like ignoring it. There was 40 of them every day. And that's why 15 is the absolute maximum. And sometimes you could go up to 16 if you were really efficient.
Right.
He had over 40, or right around 40. And then people were quitting left and right because of that. So they had like 12 freaking people in his office, and they needed 200.
Right. Yeah. I remember him talking about that.
Yeah, and it's just the stress because you're taking kids out or you're not taking kids out of the home that need to be, or vice versa.
Right. And then the parent or whoever, guardian or whoever, does all the work they're supposed to do. Like responsible people to get their kids back, and then you can't get their kids back to them.
Right, they can't even call you and leave a message. They can't come in and see you because you're out in the community trying to figure out the other people's. And they can't call you because your voicemail's full. You can't answer your voicemail because your other stuff. And he was working like 10-hour days.
Right. I thought he was working longer than that. But it could've
Well,
been just
yeah. 10, 12-hour days. Every day. And then, you try to take the weekend off, but you can't think of anything but the child abuse that you just saw or heard or...
Yep. Or had to go investigate. JVD says, what up, Colizzle? Sophie says, Judgment Day versus Riddle, Ray, and Edge. Is that where this is headed? Maybe.
Probably.
Pickle says, maybe hot stacker pickles. I'm not into that stuff. Is that like their spicy pickles or something? Yeah, pickles. Pickles on hamburgers. Ew. Pickle is like, it's fat lizzle dizzle, ha ha. Robbie's like, Cola, that sounds awful. JVD is laughing, and Robbie's like, do you like pulled pork? Is it bad or something?
Pulled pork's really good, especially with coleslaw.
Sophie says, what a difference a year makes before you hear talent wanting to go to AEW. Now people want to go to WWE. Robbie's like, D, you're getting excited for Ray and Condom. Am I? Blue says, I did not like Priest or Balor at all, but I really like them as Judgment Day, and I love the black and purple.
Yeah, and Rhea Ripley's up in there, too. I don't know where she is tonight. Maybe she'll be a part of that Dom feud later. They seem to be putting her with Dom more.
Piccolo says, purple guys have no respect, I swear. Sophie says, in the AEW locker room sounds like it is a bunch of high schoolers. Piccolo says, Travis, you seen the big guy in the corner dressed as Tugboat?
I did, yes.
Yeah, he talked about him earlier. I was saying Tugboat Willie, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because I had no idea what he was talking about. I just figured he was talking about Mickey Mouse as like one of his first things.
They're playing CM Punk's
Willie,
music.
Same thing.
He wouldn't be happy about that. Because they're playing the Bears, and he's from Chicago, and they're playing his entrance music.
Ooh, I hope he has a meltdown. Films in the chat saying, Piccolo, what's up, friend? Sophie says, yeah, I like the length of the matches because the show goes by faster.
It seems to fly by.
Robbie says it depends if there's quality in the matches for if he likes them long or not. Piccolo says, hi, film. How was your weekend? Robbie says, do you love a backstory? No. Piccolo says there is just enough balance in backstage segments and worker right now.
Here we go. Dominic's in there. Is he going to pause every word?
Oh, God. Has he got, like, issues?
Is that going to change?
He's like,
There's class at the castle. It all changed.
It all changed. Bryce Pitts in the chat. Hey, Bryce says, hello, Wrestling
Bryce.
Gab gang. I am here. So happy Mondays to all.
Monday.
Sophie says it's funny people complain when the matches don't run long like they are now. Piccolo says, Sophie, I got a question for you. Sophie says, before the last couple of months, these 3-hour Raws didn't feel like it is going by fast like it is now. Reka Shemjong is in the chat. Hey, Reka.
Hey, boss.
Reka. Nice to see you in our chat. Thanks for being here. Sorry I didn't get to your message sooner, but hello. Sophie says, what is it, Piccolo? Piccolo says, do you ever watch older wrestling from previous eras on Peacock? Robbie says,
I did on the WWE Network, but since it went to Peacock, I have not. But yeah, I like watching the older stuff. It'd be kind of fun to start like doing the Starcades or something.
Sophie will answer that question too, since the question was for Sophie, but that's all right. Robbie's like, these jobs overwork people, but we like to hear you talk about it too. It's a good question to answer. Since it moved to Peacock, Travis is like,
no, I just
no.
haven't had extra time since it moved to Peacock. So.
Robbie says these jobs overwork people. Some of them. Sophie says, no, I watched other shows. Film says Armpit carrying his Bailey and loving him and all that good stuff. Chris says, would the stomp be more devastating if Riddle was face up and Seth step on their face while they try to sit back up?
Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah, like they'd break their face maybe?
A lot of broken noses.
JVD says, I have 2 shorts on my channel.
Sorry.
LOL.
He busted through for a 13-yard gain. Oh, Rhea told him something. She's whispering sweet nothings.
Like, you need to say this.
I'm not your baby boy anymore.
Piccolo says, just curious. Sometimes it's cool to see Macho Man and old Dusty Rose flare in his pride.
El hombre.
Film says, exactly, Travis. Where is the lovely Rhea Ripley? She's back there hanging out.
She just whispered sweet nothings in his ear.
Piccolo's like,
there
shorts?
she is.
TikTok?
She's in love.
Sophie says, I'm watching Raw from November 15. Film says, yes, I did. See the cosplay for Tugboat in the back in the crowd. That's so cool. Sophie says, wow, we finally find out why Dom turned heel in his own words. Ernest Bell says, who won? Balor.
Finn Balor. That's the only match we've had so far.
Seth interfering a little bit.
3 weeks ago, Delitha, you caused this.
I probably did. Why are you talking about it? People, it's mullet. It's mullet darkness. Brooding evil mullet. JBD's like, Piccolo, yeah. Sophie says it must be weird at the Mysterio house with them trying to sell this Ray versus Dominic feud. Maybe they don't live together.
I doubt it.
Maybe Dom's all on his own.
No, they all live together. Even the daughter.
Well, I could see the daughter living with them forever.
They all just live together. Her husband, everybody, they're all in a group. Buddy Murphy's there.
He's with Rhea.
She's there.
So that's why they're together. Gross.
They're sisters. They're sister wives.
Ernest Bell's like, who won so far?
We've only had the one match. Judgment Day, Finn Balor versus Riddle.
He won. That's it.
We've had one match.
Piccolo says Peacock's navigation is a lot tougher than the original network.
Yeah.
For WWE stuff, probably.
I haven't even looked through it.
Vindicator says, hoping Dominic's career and his snarls would be finished at Extreme Rules. Piccolo says, Rhea says, I have enchiladas and taco flavor queses and
Choose!
You want some?
Johnny Wrestling. He's just another Johnny come lately. So does that happen in next? That would be sick.
Somebody says, I watch random shows on Peacock like that 70s show. Chris says, hello. Soy on hombre t-shirts. I can see it now. Just like I am your papi. Piccolo says, no, let Dom be an independent amigo now. Sophie says, you remember when Ray's daughter was part of the storyline and they dropped out of nowhere?
Yeah. Well, Johnny Wrestling isn't going to be able to out-wrestle his next opponent. So what's he going to do? I mean, I guess he could out-wrestle him in weird technical wrestling. But Greco-Roman style, he's not even going to get close to touching him.
Right.
Do you know Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar really had a wrestling match in the ring? Not like it wasn't on TV, they just did it. I guess you could say backstage, but it was in the ring.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
A real one, like a real Greco rules wrestling match. And Kurt Angle won. He's the better wrestler. But you would think the size would give Brock the advantage.
Mm-mm.
But it didn't.
I didn't think so, really. I mean...
It's not like Kurt was small. It wasn't a 130-pounder.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, turnover on downs. Broncos ball. Old Smith couldn't get 1 yard. Boo. The Broncos didn't score a touchdown on their run. They were moving the ball right down the field right along.
Boo.
Sounds like your brother watches a lot of these shows.
The Star Wars stuff?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Him and Danny were talking about all sorts of them. Mm-hmm. Some I hadn't even heard of them. I don't know who Jango Fett is.
Boba Fett?
Whatever. Boba Fett.
Well, it started out as The Mandalorian. But it's turned into more of a story about Boba Fett instead of The Mandalorian.
Who's Boba Fett?
You don't remember Boba Fett? He's the guy that's in the weird outfit in the Star Wars. He's in the first 3. What I consider the first 3 from the 70s.
Keep going. What outfit?
He wears
Is he the bounty hunter?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Boba Fett.
That's who they made all the clones after. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Anyways, that's what The Mandalorian was supposed to be about. It was supposed to be about Mandalorians. But it became more about Boba Fett and his story. But.
Cool.
And JVD says, please God, I hope Damage Control wins. Sophie says Ray's daughter was dating Buddy Murphy in storyline, which was weird since she was 13 years younger than him. Piccolo says, JVD seen anything good lately? JVD says, I also heard Angle wrestled Vince on a plane. JVD says, Piccolo, no, not really. Vindicator says, I can't believe a show like Naked and Afraid exists. What people won't do for 15 minutes of fame and free vacations. Yeah, free naked vacations. So he's like, Charlotte Flair should be back on WWE TV at some point. Piccolo's like, Django, is he the son?
I have no idea.
Vindicator says, nobody is hoping for that, Sophie. Piccolo says he's the bounty hunter with the rocket and the face shield. Wish I looked like a boss like Boba, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't know what his name was, is all. Yeah, he was helping the clone army, living there for free.
Right.
Till the Jedi got there.
I thought we would have seen Sasha and Naomi return a few weeks ago.
Oh, they're doing that now, huh?
Yeah, maybe they couldn't come to terms about something. Who knows?
Rack Rod. And her tag team partner.
Rack Rod?
That's what I call her. Raquel Gonzalez or Rodriguez.
Our Rod.
Rack Rod.
JVD's like, my friend's wife went on Naked and Afraid and she got kidnapped by a tribe. She is now suing them.
Sounds like fantastic television.
Sounds like a...
She's suing the tribe?
Right.
Is it going to work for her?
Sophie says, when do you see Bray come back to the WWE? They had plenty of opportunities to bring him back the last few weeks.
I don't know. I don't even know where he's going to end up. Maybe he doesn't... like I say this every time. He made so much money while he's wrestling. He doesn't ever need to wrestle again.
Right.
Especially if him and JoJo take care of their money. He's fine. I don't know what he lives in or anything, but...
Right.
But if he lives in a giant 47-room mansion, which I don't see...
I don't see him living in something like that.
His grandpa, his uncles, and his dad were all wrestlers. I'm pretty sure they told him what needed to be done with your finances.
And if not, his mommy probably said something.
Right.
I highly doubt they left him hanging dry about that kind of information. Right. It was like, hey, glazed donut burgers, not that good.
It doesn't sound even remotely tempting.
He says Vince must get a heart attack every time Triple H brings back a released talent back in the WWE. Piccolo says at least they weren't cannibals, right, Piccolo? Like if you get kidnapped by a tribe. Jordan Davis in the chat. Hey, Jordan Davis says, who y'all got? For what?
Rack Rod and her consort there.
Her child. Rack Rod and her kid.
Rack Rod and Aaliyah.
Ayla says maybe fresh donuts, but not store-bought ones. So JVD says no, LOL. She's suing Naked and Afraid. Oh,
I
she's
know
not
what you're...
suing the tribe, huh?
I was hoping she was going to take the tribal chief to jail.
She's like, I'm taking the tribal chief. I want all your spears, you bastards. Your guano cups. Collect the whole set.
I need a set of guano bowls.
She didn't know the Wachabi were biters. Sorry, JVD. Should have made fun of somebody's kidnapping plight, but she got returned, so I don't know why she's all huffy about it.
I wanted to know how they bargained that trade.
They're like, we give her clothing. She's like, give me clothes and I will leave.
Rackrod just tags out.
Oh, God.
Drops Dakota right on her front
her
side.
and her should be good together. They used to be a team.
Aaliyah and Rackrod? Or Aaliyah and Dakota?
No, Rackrod and Dakota. They used to be best
Yes.
friends. And they were tag team partners.
They were two of the greatest best friends ever.
And they won titles together.
Oh, Raquel getting airborne.
Pickle's like, I got me some Snickers and some Twizzlers and carrot cake. What y'all got? I had
delicious.
mint chocolate chip ice cream and a banana. Plus I have peanut butter chip brownies that I made with cream cheese frosting. Mint truffles. Let's see.
Big
M&Ms.
shoulder block.
Shall we
Two
go on?
and no.
Doritos. Ruffles, sour cream and cheddar and sour cream. Chips. Regular
Bailey's
Ruffles.
very chesty.
She is very chesty.
She's very chesty as the women's manager here.
Onion dip.
Oh, Raquel! Old Rackrod hit the mat with her fist.
It looks like she's suing the naked cannibals. People's like naked cannibals with donuts.
Oh, shit!
It was like, what's going on, JVD? Are you okay? JVD's like,
I think
no,
she
the
was
show.
trying to
She's
stay on the
doing
apron.
show naked.
Look at the gorilla press. Oh, she's not strong enough.
Oh gosh,
Don't tear
she
your
just
shoulder,
checked her own
sweetie.
person. She checked her child. That's child abuse.
I thought she was going to tear her shoulder for sure.
Chucking her kid.
You can use your child as a weapon.
Well, she just did. It was like, what are they doing with donuts? Is that bait? Jamie is laughing. Pickle's like, the Usos went on Naked and Afraid and sued Ace Ventura. What the fuck, man? Woke people? It was like, people need to take a motherfucking nap. Jamie's like, the military found her, but she has bad trauma because they raped her. Well, of course they did. She was naked. What else were they going to do with her? Like, put clothes on her and feed her and keep her in a little hut with the bat guano? It was like, Jesus. And Pickle's like, I'm hyper for no freaking reason. I was just going along with the game. I mean, I feel bad for her. But at the same time, don't say it. Don't say it. Was she asking for it? Not giving.
What was she wearing?
Nothing? That was the point! She wasn't wearing anything. Oh, no. I mean, I feel sorry for her. That's horrible. You go on there, like, you know, putting your trust in something that you're not going to get hurt.
What continent was this on? Is this South America?
Well, it wasn't because they weren't cannibals. So...
Tribes in South America are not cannibals.
Yes, they are. There are tribes in South America that are cannibals.
I don't think there still are.
Yes, they are. They live in the Amazon, in the depths of the Amazon. And they
live in the old ancient temples.
They spit those little darts at you.
It's not Indiana Jones movie.
and make your limbs go numb. And then they drag your naked body away.
Shooting monkeys in the trees with frog venom.
Right? Anyways, it looks like, yeah, I'd sue the cannibals too, right? I mean, come on. Who wouldn't sue them? Take all of their fucking spears. All of them. And their little nappies that they put on their private areas. Pickle's like, JVD, wait to be a Debbie Downer. JVD's like, my dad, I'm just saying what happened. Well, you didn't have to say the truth. You could have kept it light and funny, and then you had to go and throw rape in there. Jesus, man. It was like, right, JVD is like a dark cloud. People's like, no, all our jokes are just awful. I was like, I'm not ashamed. Sausage wallet. JVD says all I know is she's getting billions of dollars over it.
Well, she won.
Pickle's like, oh man, I will never watch Naked and Afraid the same again and not think it's just an origin waiting to happen.
Jesus.
Well, it makes it way more entertaining, doesn't it? Like, come on.
That adds a level of difficulty that was no longer.
That wasn't there before. Yeah. How can you not get kidnapped by the cannibals tribes
while you're
in
naked?
The area that you're naked and afraid and taking afraid to a whole new level. Jesus. It was like, so any other bad news we can poke fun at, JVD? Chris says, let's go comp control. Pickle's like, this is a lesson learned. Win money and keep your clothes on, damn it. Tony says, Abel, let me think. Phil's like, are we getting a women's match? There's one on
right now. Aaliyah in there with Io Sky.
It's your dank order control people over the woman and child duo. JVD's laughing and Phil's like, ready to see some beautiful women.
There's a couple in there.
We already got to speak too soon, but hey, I'm glad we're getting a women's match. Jacob and Jean in the chat. Hey, Jacob says, so Travis, I have a question.
What is it?
What's the question? You guys should just say the question. I'm like, Travis, I have a question. You should be like, Travis, my question is...
Why do you tell people what to do?
And I just feel like it'd be easier for them to type that way.
A little more efficient. Save some steps.
And Jacob says, who does Mace wrestle for? Are you talking about Maxine Dupree?
Yeah.
Max Dupree?
Dupree on SmackDown.
Dupree? That guy. Pico says, out of all the survivalist shows, I thought drinking your own piss was the worst thing that could happen. Now I'm rethinking
and you
my
were
choices.
wrong.
Oh, jeez, guys. Pico Ayla says, so a naked woman walks into a cannibal-infested forest, put a bump. Jesus. JVD's like laughing. Pico. Ruff's making sure that what's-her-face is still alive in the corner.
I was like, hey, there's pitcher and pitcher, but that's the football game.
I'm like, what are you talking about? Jacob says, I'm talking about former Retribution member.
Yeah. We are too. He's a maximum male model.
Yeah, he's Miss Massey.
Massey.
Now. Mace is Massey in the Max Dupree stuff. He's a maximum male model. Jacob says, hey, JVD, and Ayla says, if we were going to hell before, it's for sure now. Well, just take me on the bus with you.
Book your ticket.
It's a one-way.
There's a stairway to heaven and a highway to hell, so.
Yep. One of them makes you exercise way too much. Fuck it. I'm taking the cannibal to hell bus. Jacob's like, then who's the woman with Max Dupree? Well, that's Maxine. I can't remember who she was before, but wasn't she on NXT before?
Yeah, whoever she is, she's pretty.
She was on NXT before, but I don't remember what her name was on there, hon. Somebody else might. JVD is laughing. It was like, it'll be a carpool. I'll pick up as many as my van can fit. Pico's like, pretty sure the Hot Mess Express has plenty of space. Right? Oh, gee, she just threw her down like a sack of potatoes.
She should have. Aaliyah's doing terrible, of course, but we're going to see a hot tag any minute.
Is it?
Aaliyah, onto her feet. A double neck breaker.
Jacob has a very specific question for you. So, Travis, would you like to be a guest for a wrestling show on October 22nd?
In the day or night? I think that's the night of the UFC. It's Saturday. What time? Possibly, though. Be kind of fun.
Yeah, it's Saturday. October 22nd.
Oh, it'd be better actually if it was night, because the UFC one that day is in the day.
In the daytime on October.
It's going to start like early as crap. 4 hours before noon. No. Yeah, 4 hours before noon, so about 8 o'clock our time is when that starts.
That's what you were telling Danny when he was here, and I said, oh, we're going to have
What?
breakfast.
The referee just wasn't counting. That's terrible officiating. You count. It doesn't matter if their shoulders are down. Uh-oh. Raquel's in there. I don't know if she tagged her in or what. Once she hits that powerbomb, it's over. What's she doing? Oh! They both spill out to the outside.
Oh, shit.
Dakota's in there by herself. Aaliyah rolls her up. Not this time, baby. Not this time.
But she didn't.
Dakota doesn't lose twice that same way. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on myself again.
It's like, oh, good. I can't afford the gas. Films like Sarpatam, 11, Raquel, and Aaliyah. Pico says, so I realized not that long ago that the faces are always facing the hard cam. I guess it's a better view when hot tags happen.
Yes.
JVD says, did anyone watch the Nate Diaz fight Saturday?
I sure did.
Sure did, JVD. We watched some UFC.
Watched the whole program.
The whole thing.
Dee's brother came over. First time ever.
Yeah, he did. Must have been fate. Came
Look
over
at the,
to get
look
those
at the
salt
fumble.
pepper shakers that I got.
Fumble. Fumbleia. Fumbleuma. You guys, we're going to have new tag team champions. Oh, an inverted backstabber.
Oh, no.
1, 2, and 3. New tag team champs. Damage control.
Oh, man.
It is kind of dumb to do that. It's fine that they're the champions. I'm not complaining. I'm not going to go there. But what I am going to complain about is, like, why'd they put them on the other team in the first place?
Yeah, why did they?
Just so it wasn't on the pay-per-view.
I guess. That was just odd.
Damage control.
And says Travis and Dee did. I think they invited us, but we couldn't go see the fights. Jake Regine says, so I found Maxine Dupree's name, Sophia Combrell, LOL. Cornbread, that's nice. Piccolo says, fool me 3 times, a lady. Bryce says, not going to lie, I feel like they should have gave the women's tag championships to Io Sky and Dakota in the beginning of the tournament. You and Travis thinking.
Yeah, I think it might have gotten in the way, though, of the Clash at the Castle stuff.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I'm thinking is why they waited a week.
Ayla says, fool me 3 times and I should probably drive off a cliff. JVD is like, yes. And Jacob says, are me and Travis the men's tag team champions? I don't know. Piccolo says that Aaliyah bump after the fact was odd, right? And Bryce says, and we finally got some new women's tag team champions.
Yeah.
We just had new women's tag team champions 2 weeks ago. And now we have another new set.
Just keep watching. There could be something popping up behind them or something. Oh, I guess not.
Piccola says, well, we know it's going to be a hot potato belt, right? Like, they're just going to flip it around to multiple different people. Chris is like, cunt control wins, baby.
His dad's talking
like,
to him
what?
in
They
the back.
Lost? Yeah, Raquel and Aaliyah lost. Don't cry about it too much, okay? Vindicator says they took tag titles off of them because Aaliyah is seriously hurt. Probably will miss time. Is she seriously hurt?
With her left shoulder? How do you know? They just wrestled.
How do you know, Vindicator?
You're
there?
You're like Jerry Jones after last night's game.
Mm-hmm.
They interviewed him after the game, and he's like, yeah, Dak needs surgery.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, they asked the head coach, and he's like, he hasn't even seen the doctor yet. Like, he's like, Jerry Jones is like, yeah, I need surgery.
He's dead.
He's going to be out at least 7 years.
He's totally a dead person. He's just dead.
Poor guy. And he might still need it. I'm not saying that Jerry was wrong. I'm just saying, like, the coach is like, he hasn't even seen a doctor yet. Like,
that's weird. Jacob says, Travis, if we are tag team champions, what are our names? LOL and hey, Phil. Nobody said you guys were tag team champions. I don't know what you're talking about. Phil's like, no, I'm not upset about it. I'm actually surprised. Walter says, good Raw tonight. Yeah, Walter. Ayla's like, Finn's a liar. And Jacob says, does anyone want to finish for me?
She's hinting that she slept with him. He's all man now.
Ew, gross.
He popped her cherry. Or she popped his cherry. Whatever
That's
it's called.
Nasty.
That's
Anyways,
a thing.
Jacob says...
Alpha Academy!
No, Jacob, I did my work today. Sorry, you're going to have to finish your own work today. The Vindicator says, I'm a witch doctor. Phil says, hey, Jacob, how's it going? They're my fellow tag team partner. Walter says, hey, Ayla. Ayla says, he just wants attention. Jacob's like, Phil, I am at work. Ayla's like, hi, Walter. Sophie says, when do you think we are going to see Ray versus Dominic one-on-one? Vindicator says, but how do you get attention,
Clash at the
Ayla?
Castle.
I want to learn from your
Or they could do that one in the Saudi Arabia show on November 5th. That one might build up for a while.
He calls us Angel and Devil on Dom's shoulders. Says the only thing I'm upset about is, well, breaking news from Film Nation. Jade Cargill's armpits are dead to me. She pulled a Mandy Rose on Instagram. Oh, she smoked? Oh.
She smokes?
I don't know. Walter says, okay, at 9:30 p.m. my time going be here Wednesday, EW 8 p.m. still here. Sophie says that was a quick match. Ayla says witch doctors are liars. It is known. I just say things I shouldn't, Ben.
Go to the witch doctor and do me one dame.
And Phil's like, oh, take it easy at work, Jacob. It's all good, bro. Chris says, shoosh, motherfuckers. Vindicator says, okay, and so that's how you and Sophie became good chat buddies. Piccola says, I'm pretty sure witch doctors have a tight alibi. They can get away with the doctoring and so forth. Yep, that's it. So he says it depends on when they want to do the payoff of this Ray Edge Judgment Day storyline feud.
I mean, obviously they could hold it until the end of November and do it at Survivor Series because there is 6 guys. They could do an elimination type Survivor Series match. That would be weird. Because Edge would have to win the whole thing. So it would take the Mysterios out of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. It'd kind of take them completely out of it. Ayla says, I think I'm touched with the TISM. I have no filter until after I say it. Then I think about what I said for about 5 years. What?
No regrets.
TISM? What? Ayla says, Sophie hates me and wants me dead. Jacob says, didn't Ayla have a birthday this month?
Not yet.
Yeah, she does have a birthday this month, though.
100 days before Christmas.
But she hasn't had it yet, so. It's coming up, though.
Yeah.
I wonder what she wants. Sophie says now the Riddle Rollins feud is part of the Judgment Day Ray Edge feud. Vindicator says, but you're already dying inside, Daria. JVD says, happy early B-Day, Ayla. Phil says, sorry, I meant to say smoke. She smoked either weed or vape. I'm not sure. what it was. You couldn't see her face when she was taking a smoke selfie or something. It was disgusting. Okay.
Disgusting.
Are you sure that she was smoking?
Toxins in her lungs.
Or did she just have like one of those smoke machines and she was doing like some kind of like, what do you call those?
Photo shoot?
Photo shoots. It says autism. Tism. The sound of the last part of autism. Oh, you've got the tism. Chris says those are some cool hats.
Yeah.
Sophie says, are we never going to get that Rhea Bianca feud that we were supposed to get early this summer? Not right now, I guess.
I do believe we are going to get that feud. I don't know if it's going to be the same as it would have been, but we're definitely going to get it. They're just doing different storylines right now. It's actually brilliant what they're doing, how they're keeping them apart, because eventually they are going to collide, and they're the two best women in the game right now without Charlotte and Becky being around.
Right. People says, so Ayla, you seen the new viral vid? Strut that ass. No. Ernest Bell says, bring back Nia Jax. No. Ayla says, it's Friday, guys. I'll be 76. Have
Nia wrestle Esther, and then they'll just hurt each other, and you'll never see either of them again.
Vindicator says, Ayla will hit the big 5-0 this year. Hill's like, oh, I wish, man. Sophie says, happy early P-Day, Ayla. And Phil's like, but it's okay. It's her loss anyways. Shame on Jade Cargill. Pico says, Ayla, you look shy under 70. Ernest Bell's like, happy birthday, Ayla. And Vindicator's like, Ayla, what kind of toppings do you want on your birthday cake? Sophie's like, do you think they could hold off Ray versus Dominic all the way to Mania?
No. I mean, they could pause it and do other things, but I don't think they could
hold it off.
They couldn't keep doing it week after week.
I don't know. They did that whole eye thing with him and Seth for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Ayla says, no, I don't know that for sure. I just assumed I was touched with a little of the tism. Jacob says, Travis, what is your favorite football team?
Miami Dolphins.
Ayla says,
I listened to their game yesterday in my little earpiece while I was going through comic books.
Ayla says, no, Fat Lisa, I don't think so. It was like, everyone loves me. Sophie says, I meant, do you think they could save Ray versus Dominic one-on-one until Mania?
No. It's going to be way sooner than that.
Vindicator says, love is subjective. LOL. Ayla says, X-Lax and Ven elderly need a nice poop. Bryce says, here comes a rebel heart, Johnny Gargano. Pico says, Ayla, it's a guy from the Guntersville area in Alabama. Pretty ghetto country stuff. Bryce says, yeah, let's go. And Ayla says, I'm sure it'll be on my For You page. Right? At some point.
So we got John Gargano going up against Chad Gable. And that's happening now.
Yeah, all the people in the audience seem really excited about it.
He's got, like, there's a scattering of fans.
They're standing up to see.
He doesn't understand that they don't know who the fuck he is because these people pay money. The people that watch NXT don't pay money.
They're like, hey, this is great. And people were standing up and they're just like...
There's the bell. What do you got? Over, under 12 minutes.
No, I don't know. Ugh.
I'm going to say over. We're going to watch a lot of indie wrestling here.
Film's like, well, let's go, Johnny. And Ayla's like, or someone will send it to me, cough Travis. What, that jerk sending you stuff? Ernest Bell says, what are you doing on your birthday? Sophie's like, it will be interesting to see how they will extend this weird Mrs. Dexter Loomis feud and storyline tonight. Piccolo's like, Johnny SpaghettiOs. Oh, Piccolo, don't insult SpaghettiOs. It's rude.
We got a double ankle lock here.
Sophie's like, and this guy almost went to AEW.
Yeah, I just... Very indie wrestling. Let's not bring this to the main show, guys. This is disgusting. I don't like the matches where they have wrestling and then they stop and wait for the fans to cheer. Oh, and by the way, no fan there was either. Not one fan cheered.
No, nobody gives a shit.
This isn't AEW, guys. Let's keep it clean.
Or NXT.
They're not going to cheer because you did cool wrestling moves.
Vindicator says Ravi is your contact for X-Lax. Probably why he's not here tonight. Too busy hooking people up with the stuff at discount UK prices. LOL. Vindicator, he was there earlier. He probably went to take a bath and probably fell asleep in it and is probably dead. When he leaves for a while, I just assume that that's where he's at.
In the bathtub floating.
In the bathtub dead. And at one time it's going to happen and Ayla and I are going to go and take his face off and Ayla's going to wear his face.
Like Hannibal Lecter.
Yep. I was like, it's on Friday, Ernest. I probably won't do anything, but I took the day off work. Good for you. Go do something for yourself. Get your nails did. Go have a spa day. Piccolo says...
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself. Piccolo says, I say 16-minute match, and Piccolo's like, so 27 after? Yeah. Sophie says, I say 20-minute match. Ayla says, Travis just sends me TikToks nonstop every 3 to 5 minutes. Ha ha.
Whatever.
Vindicator says, I never knew Gable and Gargano were the same height.
I'm on there for like 5 minutes.
You didn't know that they were both tiny children? That's weird, Vindicator. I think that the ref is exactly the same height as them, too.
Yeah, he fits right in.
Oh, and what's even more funny is you think Otis is like kind of tall. No, he's the same height as him as well. They're all short. It's disgusting. They're like little kids out there.
Thank you! Except for Chad Gable actually has a personality, which is kind of nice.
Pickle's like, you mean to tell me Daniel Garcia is not sports entertainment material?
Oh my god. Dude, watch your mouth.
Well, he's not a wrestler, that's for sure. Even what's his face said so.
Yeah, Jericho.
Jericho doesn't call him a wrestler.
He's a sports entertainer.
He's a sports entertainer. It was like Robbie does work with people who can't be trusted to go potty by himself. Pickle's like, I'm shocked. So he's like, right now, Liv versus Ronda could be the main event of the next pay-per-view.
Could be.
It was like themselves. Pickle says, Travis, what's your favorite hip-hop duo or group of all time?
See if I have a group. I don't know.
Duo? A hip-hop duo?
Yeah, no. I mean, all the ones I liked were kind of singles guy. I mean, Digital Underground had Tupac in it, but Tupac wasn't good yet when he was with them. I mean, Tribe Called Quest was really good. Yeah, but most of the ones I liked were all singles guys. Mm-hmm. And it'd be Tupac, obviously, but for the singles, I mean, I like Cash Money as a group, or No Limit. I'll just go with No Limit for my group. Silk the Shaka.
Sophie says Wrestling Gab did a Park and Rec reference with that treat yourself thing.
Treat yourself.
We did. JVD says having tiny children. It looks like I'm joking, Travis. You send me the least amount of the 5 people I interact with on that app. Haha. Sophie says this match is predictable. Johnny isn't losing his first match back with the company. It's funny. I send Ayla like 1 or 2 and then she like floods me with like 20. And I'm like, I don't want my For You page looking like this. So some of them like, I don't want to watch it just in case. I lost all my food videos. Even when I went and cleared my cache. I was like, damn it.
They have a catch on there too. So
like if you go
TikTok,
into the app
is it
itself,
called TikTok? Is that TikTok? Yeah, TikTok has a catch on its app.
inside of itself.
Right, or you can go into your phone's catch and
I
change
did the phone catch.
Yeah, but no, they have one in their setting.
Oh, okay.
If you do that one, that'll start like kind of new.
Oh, okay.
Like you just got there day 1.
Nice. This match is predictable. Johnny isn't losing his first match back with the company. Vindicator says they are little kids who could body slam Travis, though. LOL. I don't know. One swift punch to the face probably would take him out. Ernest Bell says Cardi B cold until she lose it. That's enough.
I'll tell you that fighting Chad Gable in a real fight might be tough.
Yeah.
But Johnny Gargano, come on.
Jesus.
That's
that
a joke.
A joke.
But Chad Gable could probably beat some people up.
Yeah.
I mean, he is an Olympic gold medal wrestler.
Yeah.
He could fight in the UFC, guaranteed. Like, he would be fine. He'd just have to learn striking if he doesn't already know it.
Ayla says Travis loves Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet's back, alright.
Sophie says, I don't know that Travis knew what TikTok is. Chris says, thank you. Pickle's like, for me, it's Outcast.
I like Outcast.
Chris Akane says, shoosh, damn it, shoosh. Ernest Bell says, Outcast is funny. Sophie says, I like Eminem and Dr. Dre. Chris says, Travis, you like Da Baby song?
So, I know who Da Baby is, but I don't know any.
A song?
I don't know. I couldn't name you a song that he
Right.
does, but I do like his voice. It's very smooth, but I don't know any of his music. I like a lot of the music that he collabs on.
Right.
Those are pretty cool, but I don't know any artists nowadays. Like, my daughter hooks me up with all that stuff. Like, she's like, have you heard this? You haven't heard this? You heard this? And I'm like, no, I haven't heard any of that.
And when it's random stuff like that, you don't really get to know the artist.
Right.
By the way.
And then she, like, I don't know what it is about the younger generation, but, like, our songs, when I tell her, I'm like, oh, that's like, she's like, I go, you're driving back from the other city, you know, it's 40 minutes away or whatever. I was like, that's about what, like 10 songs? And she's like, what? And I'm like, well, I used to judge distance by how many songs I could play. Like, Blackfoot is like 3 songs. And she's like, what the? My songs are like 2.5, 3 minutes long. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
So then I was looking at times on these newer songs, and they really are.
Yeah.
And it's that short attention span of like the TikToks and the flipping. I'm like, how do they watch movies and stuff? Nowadays, movies just have to be action from the start to the finish, or else nobody's going to watch it. Can't tell a story because you have to have something blowing up.
Yep. JVD says, Travis, you think Punk will come back to AEW?
It's hard to say that he won't, and it would be dumb if he didn't for them, because he's a needle mover. If he doesn't show up, their ratings are going down, and that's going to be a fact.
Right.
He was the needle mover. He took them from 800,000 to over 1 million, and sometimes they still get to that 1 million mark, and that's all on him.
Ayla says, I love atmosphere. Sophie says, how was your weekend? What did you guys do or watch?
I watched a bunch of stuff, but the one show I wanted to watch.
You should have put it on Sunday morning.
Right.
Why not? I wasn't watching anything when we first got up. JVD says something me too, and he's like, haha, sorry, Dilly, thought I just save them to my phone if I want to keep them. That's what I do with them as well, by the way.
What is it?
Save the videos to my phone if I like them.
What
But
kind of video?
if you don't have the videos you like come across the thing, you can't save them. And I'm not going to go searching for them. Because I don't know what I'm searching for. The video making, the food videos and stuff that I come across. If I like them enough, I'll save them. So I have a whole folder of
Johnny
my
almost had him right there.
Stuff that's all TikTok videos.
I didn't know you could save videos.
I'll show you how to do it.
I don't want to.
Well, sometimes it's nice because you can go back and watch it. Like that one you were trying to find last night to show those people. Like that.
CGM guy.
Yeah, that guy.
That's not his name.
JVD says, I like watching the dog videos on TikTok. Sophie says, do you think AEW will get new EVPs with her current EVPs being suspended?
No.
Pickle says, I can't imagine Travis that get your motherfucking roll on ringtone. So his ringtone used to be this one.
It's from Django Unchained. I got 100 black.
Coffins.
That's for 100 bad, mean 100 black.
He used to have that one on
Play
there.
the way it's seen.
And he figured that it was inappropriate for other people.
Yeah,
and
like
I said, who cares? You're not in an environment where you have to worry about that. Like, you don't work in an office environment with your ringtone on. What difference does it make?
Yeah, but sometimes I'd be at friends' houses, and they were a little more religious than me.
It says you can also send them to yourself on the app's message, and they'll save in your inbox. Chris says he's a Chad for crying out loud. Sophie says I like both Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. Sophie also says I know the baby too. Don't know his songs. Anna says I do too. Sophie, childhood music. So he says, let me guess your daughter didn't know what a beeper is.
No, she wouldn't know what a pager. Well, no, actually, her mom has a pager, so yes, she knows what a beeper is.
Yeah, she would know what a pager is. Chris says the baby song is literally called Baby. Film says let's go Gargano. Sophie says, do you listen to Lizzo?
I don't know who that is. Is that a boy or a girl?
Lizzo's a girl.
So it's like Lizzo.
Ayla says maybe not because a beeper was before my time and his daughter is younger than me.
Yeah, his mom uses them for surgery and stuff.
Yeah,
the hospital has one.
Yeah, her mom uses them so she can be called into like the surgical stuff. She has to be.
If he taps in the next 2 seconds. Oh, he didn't. We're over 12 minutes.
Cradle counter.
That was the 12-minute mark, guys.
Film says,
ankle lock.
What if CM Punk comes back to WWE in a random scenario situation? Do you think this could happen, Travis, since Triple H is in charge of WWE?
Triple H doesn't like CM Punk.
CM Punk burnt every bridge he possibly had with WWE.
And so he's not like Vince. I think Vince would have brought him back.
Just for some
contention. Because Vince is that way. Vince doesn't care. He doesn't mix business with pleasure.
He likes the antagonistic asshole stuff.
But I don't think Triple H would go that route. Lots of reversals right there. An it kick right to the side of the head.
Ayla says the popularity
Judas
was way
effect.
before my time. I think people still had beepers in the mid-90s, but not many.
Yeah, once the cell phone became kind of affordable, the beeper pager was gone.
Walter's like, Chad Gable will lose. Come on, Johnny. Chris says, I think if they want to tell a story, it should be Punk versus Omega. Easy 5-star match. Meltzer will give it 7 stars. Tony will make money. Everyone will be happy. It will be water under the bridge. Interesting. So he says, I used to have good attention spans for certain things. I don't think I ever watched Django Unchained.
Whoever said that is missing a really good movie.
It was Sophie, but I don't know if Sophie would like it. Anyone remember Blockbuster? I used to go there sometimes. I think we've talked about Blockbuster many times in here.
First down.
It was like, I didn't think about a work pager. I was thinking beeper, like cell phone beeper. Everyone knows the surgery pager. Ha ha. TV. So it was like, I don't think CM Punk would have come back to the WWE even if Vince was still around.
No, he wouldn't have, but he could have. Now I don't see it. It looks like it. Chad Gable with the L. 13 minutes, 52 seconds.
Walter says, okay, bye guys. See you Wednesday for AEW 8 p.m. Okay, bye Walter. Have a good rest of your week. We'll see you on Wednesday. Let us know if you win bingo. Chris says, Sophie Lizzo claims to be from my hometown here in Houston in Olive. I can't never seen her hair before. People just say that they are from here so they can think they are gangstas.
Oh, Otis is in there with Gable. Otis was in there with, what's his name last week? Braun?
Sophie says, if the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega do come to the WWE one day, AEW could be finished. Pickle's like, dang, 2 minutes short. Take care, Walter. Sophie says, oh, man, I was 7 minutes short.
Yeah.
It was like, I can bet Travis's daughter doesn't know what dial-up is, and if she does, she didn't live through it, so it doesn't count.
Yeah. No, she doesn't know what dial-up. Oh, theory from behind.
Smack him again. Throw some spaghetti at him. He likes to live with Sketty.
Look at
He's
selfie.
taking a selfie with him. That's sweet.
So he's like a video game nerd type. That if you noticed his shorts.
Austin?
No.
Oh. The other dorkwad?
John Wrestling.
Johnny Spaghetti.
And then he's that underdog. He's going to be the underdog guy.
What a lame ass. I don't want to see it.
There's the Hulk Hogan guy. Austin Theory needs to turn that briefcase in. Oh, look at that selfie. I thank you.
So funny.
Poor Chad Gable had to take an L there.
Mm-hmm.
But he is that guy.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. Pico says, oh, a suck it reference, the doofus son-in-law era. Yeah. Yeah. He just wanted to fling his junk at people, I think. Chris says, Chad Gable, thank you, baby. Shoosh, baby, shoosh.
Shoosh.
Sophie says, with Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano on the same roster, do you think they are going to reunite their team at some point?
That would be good. I wouldn't mind them doing that. Keep them out of any title pictures or anything. With tag team titles they have.
Robert Warney in the chat. Hey, Robert says,
Hey,
hey,
Robert.
what's up? Not much. Just watching WWE's Raw and some football
Monday
on
Night
one
Football. The Seattle Seahawks.
side. And Broncos and Seattle's up by 7 points.
Little screen. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Pico says Johnny Olive
Picks up
Garden
about 9.
had worn Wolverine-style tights in a takeover, which was pretty dope.
Dope.
It was like, so y'all know Ron White? Yeah, he got sober. Robert says,
Ew.
I'm so tired from work. And Sophie says, never since Paul took over the WWE, both Raw and SmackDown ratings have been past 2 million viewers. Sophie says, and the Emmy Awards are tonight as well. Pico
Ew.
says, what's the NFL score? Oh, never mind.
17-10. The Sea Chickens.
Those Sea Chickens are winning right now in the second quarter. They only have 1:14 left in the second quarter. And
Russell
Wilson and the Broncos have the ball.
And they're driving down. They're
Looks
still
like
in
they're
their
about
territory.
At the 50. Close to the 50.
They're not in Seattle territory
No,
quite
they're
yet.
on their side.
Oh, wait, no, they're not. They're on... Oh,
They're
wait,
on
no.
their side. They're
I
at, like,
noticed
the
that they had the
45,
cameras
46.
backwards.
Yeah.
They're going left to right on your radio
Ooh,
dial.
That was not a catch.
Yeah, he was way out of bounds.
You were out of bounds, sir.
Oh, number 1. It's a cool number.
Pickle's like, you mean tater salad?
Old
It was
tater.
like he came to the casino yesterday and Jordan's mom wanted to see him. Well, we tried to tell her he was raunchy. She didn't listen, so we saw him last night.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That's awesome. Did
Sophie
she enjoy
says,
it, though?
Remember Jeff Foxworthy?
Love Jeff Foxworthy. He was so funny.
Is funny. Luke is in the chat. Hey,
Hey, Luke.
Nice to see you here. Says hi, Trav and Talitha. I have missed you. And chat, how about those Chiefs killing the Cardinals? LOL.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Talitha's fantasy team got worked this week. You do have a running back playing tonight, but he's not doing too good tonight either.
No, not surprising. You should probably do some roster work tomorrow.
Those wide receivers that you went up against, like, I've never seen receivers get 30-plus points, and you went up against 2 of them that had 30-plus points.
Yeah, I got screwed out of good picks, that's for sure. Ayla's like, she was so upset, like beyond uncomfortable because he was joking about everything he normally does. Which is funny because he's not drinking or smoking anymore, so it's even funnier. So he's like, Adam Sandler is going on tour. Cool. Ayla's like, as soon as he joked about religion, porn, and other adult things, she was pissed.
Look how loud it is there. The decimals are hitting 99.
That's funny.
Them and Arrowhead, where the Chiefs play, are the 2 loudest stadiums in football.
Huh, that's crazy. Well, Wilson should know it, right? He did play there.
Look how wide open Homeboy was. Get out of bounds.
What's even worse is he was so wide open, yet they still didn't just attack him. They're just like, well, are you going to move?
Well, they're at least in field goal territory now. No.
Sophie says, is it me or does it feel like football season sometimes takes forever to end?
Oh, Kevin Owens!
You gotta be kidding me. Dude, you gotta stop listening to the crowd when they say what. You just gotta keep talking, dude. You can't give it to them or they'll just keep doing it to you. Chris is like, Travis, remember the fridge from the Chicago Bears? You remember? You remember?
Yeah, I do. Perry. His name's William Perry.
I remember that. And I never watched it. It was like he was smoking a cigar and drinking what he said was tequila. Apparently he bought a line of tequila and sold 100 cases to the liquor store in town.
Oh, wow.
So he supposedly he's like supposedly like supposed to be sober. Like not drinking. So that's weird.
Well, maybe it was Tater Salad. His alias.
It doesn't matter. They're the same person.
He identified as a sober person. He's sober.
Oh, okay. Luke says Arrowhead has the world record for loudest outdoor stadium in the world. They said it a few years ago in a Monday night game against the Patriots.
I remember that. I remember them going back and forth. Seattle had it, and then they had it, and then they went back and forth like 3 weeks in a row or something.
They took the record back from Seattle and have had it since 142.3 decibels. Ayla says, I don't know, though. I actually don't like Ron White, but I got joy last night. Some of his stuff's like, eh. I mean, some of it's funny.
It's dry humor. I like dry humor. I don't mind it.
Most of his stuff, I don't mind it. He doesn't do poop jokes, so I'm fine with it. Once they start doing shit jokes, I'm done.
Right. I don't like
the fart poop humor shit. Just
the one guy
me off when the comedy people do that.
The fourth guy that was in the group with them, because it was Bill Angle, Jeff Foxworthy, Ron White, and the other guy.
Yeah, the one that plays
the white trash guy.
Yeah.
Delta Farce, whatever.
Yeah. Well, he was also the tractor or the tow truck-tator, tow mater. In Cars.
That guy is he's more potty stuff. I don't like the potty humor.
Yeah.
There's your running back right there.
It's like that one that you listen to, Nikki Glaser or whatever.
Glazer?
And her stuff. Oh my God.
She's kind of terrible.
I can't stand her. Nothing she says is funny. I'm just sitting there like, okay, it's got to get funny, right? It's gonna get funny. Nope, still not funny. Still not funny. Austin thinks it's funny. Just kidding.
I like the other two. There's two other broads that are funny comedians.
Oh, hell yeah. Compared to her, yeah, those other girls are way funnier. The one you had me listen to quite a few of them, and there were like two others or three others even. The one that talked about cats or something. She was from England or something like that.
You didn't like her.
But she was probably funnier than
she's
Nikki
hilarious.
Glaser, that's for sure.
She's kind of heavy and kind of homey. Yeah,
It might have just been that skit. Maybe it was just that particular skit that just didn't get a bit for me. What?
I don't know. Here's something.
Oh. Pickle says, I had his G.I. Joe figure. Nice. Chris says, here comes Eat Owens, Eat Baby. Sophie says, football is like wrestling. If you missed 1 week, it will be easy to get caught up. Sophie says, Theory versus Owens again. Looks like Larry the Cable Guy. Yeah, that guy. Pico's like, I never cared. The Cars franchise. Sophie says, Jeff Foxworthy had 3 television shows at one point.
Dude, he's so freaking funny.
It looks like, I don't know anything about him. He said this is his last tour. He's retiring. He made some effing jokes and rape jokes.
I thought he was literally dead. Not kidding. I thought he was dead for 5 years.
Dead.
I'm like, oh, Ron White died.
Looks like Piccola. There's your armpit match to answer question. There you go, Piccola. It was like, I like Jim Jeffries and Chad Daniels. Sophie says this Kevin Owens storyline is interesting. Like, you don't know where it is headed.
I'm not a fan of the Jeffries guy. He's very, very liberal. He does, he has funny jokes, but...
Who is it?
His name's Jim Jeffries. He's from Australia.
Oh. Yeah. A dime a dozen.
Oh my
no,
God. What
not
the
like that
fuck
guy.
are you talking about? Johnny
Don't
Gargano?
say that. That's disgusting.
They're trying to build Johnny Gargano
I can't believe Kevin would put himself in the same
disgusting.
category as that guy. I just lost complete respect for Kevin Owens.
That's tough. It's hard to like him after that.
I know you're a fucking Canadian with beady eyes and a floppy head, but seriously, dude, don't ever put yourself in the category of that piss-ass piece of shit kid. Fuck. Wow, that's dumb. Jesus. Looks like my fantasy team has Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley, Travis Kelce, Antonio Brown, and 2 Bills receivers.
That Kelsey's pretty good.
Pickle says there are some sus female comedians. I think Ollie Wong and Angela Johnson and Eliza Schlesinger are pretty funny.
Yeah, Schlesinger's one of them.
Sophie says, I'm a fan of Larry the Cable Guy and Gabriel Fluffy. Fluffy's pretty funny.
I don't mind him.
He's all right.
I'd go watch him. Like,
Right?
I'm not opposed to watching him.
Piccolo says Jim Jeffries had a Fox show. I tried to get into it. It wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Film says facts, Misty. Facts. Piccolo's like an FX show. Film says shame on you, Kevin Owens. Sophie says it looks like they are going to have to defend his briefcase. You think they're going to have him defend his briefcase?
Kevin's getting him all jacked up. Motivational speaker right there. Except for he had Johnny Gargano in his mouth, which is disgusting.
Yeah, nasty.
You like Candice LeRae. Had Johnny in her mouth.
Ew. Ew. It says, I don't like his show. His early stand-up was hilarious.
He flexed his guns! It would have been even funnier if he'd have just dropped the mic and left.
Right? So he's like, I also like Patton Oswalt. Piccolo answered his film's armpit question with Trish. And Vindicator says,
oh, smack the shit out of him!
Kingston has a likable stand-up big guy with floppy head and beady eyes.
Smack the taste out of his mouth. Now they're just going at it. No referee, though. Now we have referees, but there's too many of them.
He looks like Chad Daniels is great, though. Mark Normand is good, too.
Ooh, there's one called Anthony something. He's the dry humor one.
Oh.
That dude is so classic.
I like that guy that's Asian, and he's from Texas.
So I knew this girl, and her dad nailed a 10-pound cross above her bed, and in the middle of the night, it fell on the back of his head or whatever. Dude, it was so fucking funny how he says it, because he's raping his daughter. Oh, she stopped believing in Christ because her dad nailed a 10-pound cross on the back of her, above her head. And that was the night she stopped believing in Christ, when it fell and hit her dad in the back of the head. I can't remember what his name is, but it's Anthony something, and he is freaking hilarious.
That's that guy?
Yeah, his name is Anthony.
The
dry, like, everything is, like, inappropriate jokes. Every joke is inappropriate.
I was talking about the Asian guy who's from Texas.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't, I'm pretty sure he doesn't do anything anymore, but because that's an older comedian, but that dude's hilarious with his accent.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, broken nose. Oh, Luke says, I love Angela Johnson and Eliza. I talked about them in here before.
I think it is Angela Johnson. She's funny.
Angela is a Latina that does the Korean nail salon jokes. Oh, that is funny. And Eliza does all the crazy goat sounds. Oh, jeez. Phil says, Piccolo, okay, so you think she would pull it off? Interesting pick. Piccolo says, Luke, some funny stand-ups. Ayla says, I read Betty Eisvin, Betty Davis eyes. It's beady, little beady eyes.
You have no boyfriend?
You have no boyfriend? Phil's like, pick, and Piccolo's like, just a link. Sophie says, it seems like they dropped the Owens-Reigns tease as well as the Owens-Zayn team-up tease. Not necessarily. Sophie says about Bill Burr. Sophie says it'll be interesting if they are going to do Johnny Gargano versus Austin for the next pay-per-view or save it for Saudi Arabia. Raleigh is in the chat, though. Hey, Raleigh. Nice to see you out there. In the chat, it says, wow, that best promo for ages in WWE by KO. Wow, he's so good. Yeah, I don't know. There's some stuff he said that he should have never said. It kind of brought him down in my eyes, and I lost some respect for him.
It was good promo. He just should have not said that Johnny Gargano's
was
one in a
even
billion.
close to his level or in his spectrum of level. That was disgusting. Anyways, Martha of Chicago in the chat. Hey, Martha says, yo, we need help over here. Oh, wait, never mind. Cancel, backup, repeat, cancel. The situation is now all under control. It's good to know. So he says Kevin Owens is the WWE version of Eddie Kingston.
No. He's not trouble.
Right?
Yeah, I bet you Kevin Owens is almost a pleasure in the back. Like,
Yeah,
probably
I'm sure
just
he's a nice guy.
Probably just a good old dude.
He's a Canadian. He is nice. He probably says sorry about everything.
Sorry.
What's it all about? Then he speaks French at people. It's weird. Looks like I've been alive long enough where I get to see the best stand-up. Robin Williams live, Eddie Murphy, and the two insane legends, Carrot Top, and the guy who did the Sledge-O-Matic stuff. I can't remember his name now all of a sudden.
It starts with a G. Gallagher.
Raleigh says, okay, different opinions. Eddie Kingston got COVID, by the way, he said Twitter.
Cool. He got the cold. Yeah, Gallagher, we used to stay up late and watch those specials. Any comedy special, we got to stay up. Andrew Dice Clay, one of the greatest ever.
Yeah.
We were like in the 80s. We were just kids and we'd stay up late and watch that.
It's so funny because like you think about like people like what's his face? He was all hopped up on cocaine most of the time. Black guy. Was acted with Gene Wilder.
Oh,
he was
he's
the toy.
Yeah. Oh my God. Anyways, he's probably the greatest comedian of all time.
Right?
But yeah.
You got him.
Richard Pryor.
I mean, him, and then you have, even the guy who hosts Family Feud.
Yeah, he was hilarious.
I mean,
Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey's stand-up, if you've ever heard his stand-up, is pretty freaking hilarious. I actually enjoyed Cat Williams's stand-up, actually.
Cat Williams is my favorite. There's no doubt about it.
That guy? Oh,
Dane Cook.
This is just crazy.
What's the one weirdo? He's funny as hell, too. He was on Parks and Rec for a minute. He dated her. He was a cop. William C.K. or...
Oh, C.K. Lewis or whatever.
Yeah.
Louis C.K.
Yeah, Louis C.K. That dude's hilarious.
He got in trouble for stuff, so you don't see him very much. But
like he masturbated in front of a woman or something.
Yeah.
Without her permission.
Something weird, yeah.
I don't know how that's even possible, but...
Right?
That's weird as fuck.
Raleigh, it wasn't that we said his promo wasn't good. His promo was great. Kevin Owens' promo was good. I just didn't like that he included himself as an equal. Like, he included Johnny Gargano as an equal, and I don't feel that that's true. Johnny Gargano is not an equal to Kevin Owens in any which way or form.
Basically, he said Johnny Gargano's 1 in a million, but in reality, all you have to do is walk down the street and you'll see 70 of them.
Or go to AEW and you'll see 500 of them there, too.
Right.
You had 40 million of them in NXT. Every single guy looked exact. They were like carbon copies of each other. Everybody who liked Undisputed Era, guess what? All of them are Johnny Gargano. Every single one of them. So I don't feel that he's special in any way. Me personally. I mean, I know a lot of people like him, but I personally don't. I think he's garbage. Garbage. So Kevin Owens' best friend is Sami Zayn. They must have fun backstage conversations whenever they see each other. Yeah, they probably talk to each other in French. Film says, Piccola, here's a armpit match for you. Give me an answer. Luke says Gallagher was the funniest. Sophie says, I'm guessing Edge versus Dominic is the main event of Raw. That was a weird choice.
Yeah, Gallagher was on another level. Like, when we were kids, man. And nothing was funner than watching him blow up all the fruit in the front row. Everybody in the first, 15 rows had garbage sacks, raincoats.
It looks like Robin Williams' stand-up was good. Sophie says, when you said Gallagher, I thought you meant the ones that were in the band back in the 90s and the early 2000s. Jones, the New York Police Captain Cat, says, I didn't know the superintendent was a fan of Happy Days. Philip says, I'm sorry, but who the hell is Bella Porch? Have no idea. Ayla says, nope, Gallagher is the bold on top, curly on the bottom. He smashed watermelon. Sophie says, it took me about 4 or 5 months to finish Park and Rec before they took it off Netflix. I rewatched it not too long ago. What's fun is Peacock has it, right? It was
Yeah.
Peacock, right? Peacock has it. They actually show the one where the one guy fakes his death. And then they, that whole TikTok or Reels or Shorts or whatever that use the don't be suspicious thing.
Who is this? Oh,
They showed
Sonya.
it in that. They showed it in there. They didn't cut it out of the one on Peacock. So I finally got to actually see the real full length version of that particular episode. It's funny. So he's like, did you watch The Office? Yep. Films this. Honestly, never heard of that person. I don't know who it is either. I know they showed a song or something that was dropping, but I don't know who it was.
You single-handedly.
It
She's
was you.
She's taking no responsibility at all.
I didn't do anything wrong. Here's an answer for you, Phil. Bella Porch is one of the biggest TikTokers who became a top streamer and musician. There you go, Phil, from Luke. Luke knows all about music, so I will believe it. Sophie says the series finale of Parks and Rec was interesting.
No.
The last 2 seasons of Parks and Rec was fucking stupid as fuck. There were a couple that were funny, but most of them were just so dumb. It was bad. Films like Pucola, who will it be? And Luke says she's friends with the streamer I mod for Valkyrie.
Yeah. Yeah, it was terrible. Parks and Rec at the end.
Yeah.
It starts out good, though.
Funny as shit, like the first 4.5 seasons, and then it just went down the drain.
When they start marrying characters off, it usually does.
Some of it. Like the April and Andy one wasn't that bad. Like they still stayed like they're weird characters. Mm-hmm. So that one wasn't that bad. Or Chris says Big Papa
Well, it's
Sonia.
like that other show, The Office. Mm-hmm. It was good until Michael Scott left.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like so terrible that it's hard to watch. But you can find highlights because I like watching comedies for one-liners.
Yes.
And you'll find those in there. But they had the guy from like Stargate.
Mm-hmm.
And then who else did they have as a manager? They had a few other managers.
Ayla's like, Bella just makes weird faces to her camera. That's weird. Film's like, thanks for the information, Luke. And Sophie says Parks and Rec was supposed to be a spinoff of The Office. I don't know how. That's weird. And as Ayla says, wasn't a spinoff.
It was just their competition. Every time there's a show, the Munsters, then you have the Addams Family. I Dream of Jeannie. They had Bewitched.
Was Parks and Rec on this? I guess it was on at the same time as The Office.
Right.
I feel like it was kind of along the same lines. I think they made it kind of the same way, just in a different environment.
I think those two are on the same channel, though. They're both
maybe.
NBCs.
Luke says her biggest TikTok got over 100 million likes and she records 2 years ago. It was like, wasn't a spinoff. Luke says, Ayla, she hasn't just done faces in 2 years. She's had 3 top 10 songs in 14 months. It was like The Office is one of my favorites, only the first few seasons, though. Yep. When Michael was still running it, and then once Michael left, it kind of was like, nah.
Shows change when they marry him off. I like The Big Bang Theory, but then they start marrying all the characters, and it's just not as good. And I talk about the main people. Like, when the main character gets married is when shows go downhill.
Right.
So like Leslie Knope. She got married. Mm-hmm. Different.
Yeah. It says, I don't know, like I've never seen her on my For You page on TikTok, so apparently not that popular. Haha. She's known to people like me who doesn't care if she does weird faces. So it was like before Park and Rec, there was talk of being a spinoff of The Office. Pico says Will Ferrell was a boss plus Ed Helms. Mm-hmm. Sophie says The Office was supposed to have a spinoff centered on Dwight.
Will Ferrell's on there? I don't remember that.
Will Ferrell was a boss on The Office.
I don't remember that. That's funny.
Yeah, he was on there for just a few.
I watched it, but I just don't remember.
It's because it was when it got stupid. Looks like Park and Rec was made by most of the same crew as The Office and both on NBC.
Right.
It was like, I only know her from commentary videos on YouTube. And Martha says, and yes, to quote, I was from author Defons from Happy Days. Pickle says, so I went down to the garage and my fridge was wide open. Like, that's weird.
You guys, this is a championship match.
Did you forget to close it? That is weird. Did you just forget to close it or something? Or, like...
She's from Jersey.
I mean, that is really weird.
She winked at you.
Is there anybody else that could be out there that could open your fridge in your garage? Is there access to your garage for anybody else to get there?
She's from Nashville. Because she's the only 10 I see.
Ew, gross. Ew.
This guy walked up to a girl and he's like, "Are you from Tennessee?" And she's like, "Why? Because I'm the only 10 you see." He's like, "No, you're a hard 6. You just remind me from somebody."
That's funny.
Ouch.
Somebody got into Picola's fridge in his garage because it was wide open.
Ugh.
Did you forget
and he's
to
in
close
Florida.
it
They
time?
might be on bath salts. Be careful.
Right? They might eat your face.
Look behind you.
They'll eat your face, dude. Anyways, Picola says it only holds beer, soda, water, etc., so no harm done.
Well, yeah,
but
except
were all of your
trespassing.
drinks still there? Where's your bat? Get your bat because there's probably bath salt zombies.
First of all, he's in Florida. Get your AK-47 out.
Sophie says Friends was a very good comedy.
I love Friends.
Friends is alright.
But guess what? They married some of the characters off and it went downhill.
I don't know if I would say it's a very good comedy. In my opinion, it's a good comedy, but I don't think it's like one of the better ones. Although people are starting to move couches and they start saying pivot and it cracks me up.
Pivot.
Pivot. Pivot. Pivot. And the reason why I can't stand that comedy is because of that character. I fucking hate him to no end.
Ross.
Chris says, "Let's go Sonya, aka Hand and Pants time." And Sophie says, "Too bad The Office and Park and Rec never had a crossover episode." Ayla says, "I butcher that comment. She's clearly not crazy popular if she's not on everyone's For You page. For people like me, she's known for her stupid doll face. Haha, I didn't know she could even talk."
I've never heard her name or
I've never heard
her.
of her in my entire life of watching any kind of shorts or videos or YouTubes or anything like that. Have no idea who the fuck she is. So, you're not the only one. Film says, "I love my WWE Raw Women's Armpit Champion, Bianca Belair, because it's armpit time." And Martha says, "It's pronounced hey, but Fonz wanted to say it greaser-like because his character is based upon a 50s greaser."
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Sophie says, "Friends does have some
so
iconic
cool.
catchphrase lines. We are on a break."
We were on a break.
I was like, most people have no idea who she is. I was like, Picola, who do you think's going to win? Becky or Paige? Well, we're watching a match with Bianca Belair and Sonya Deville.
Yeah,
and
and
I'm guessing for the women's title, it's probably going to be Bianca.
And Bianca is powerful, and she's going to win this.
She'll probably break Sonya's arm. She better be careful. She's like, "Hey, can I have a rest break?" They're like, "No, fine. Can I have a match with Bianca?"
Right?
Sorry.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. We can totally pull that. Good. Can I have it for the women's title? I'm going to go all out.
It makes no
sure.
sense.
That sounds great. All right. Breaks her arm. Well, I guess I'm going to take that break you guys wouldn't give me.
Right. Whoa.
Thanks for the medical
Master
coverage.
misses.
Bye.
Big clothesline.
Oh, too funny. Picola picks big time Bex. Ayla says, "Fonzie was my crush as a child." Oh, really, Ayla? God, that guy is hideous.
What the fuck?
It's so weird.
Paul Winkle or whatever the hell his name is?
Henry Winkler?
Henry Winkle.
Henry Winkle. Henry Winkler.
Is it from, like, Scream or something? Did you like him in Scream as the principal?
It's like, okay, cool, Picola, nice pick. So it's like I never heard of the person that is being mentioned in the chat. I thought Sonya was a SmackDown superstar.
Sonya is a SmackDown superstar.
Doesn't mean she can't come over and try to get titles from somebody else. Picola says, "Not too many comedies keep me engaged anymore." Oh, some of them have weird things they think are funny. Like, they'll do stuff and I'm just like, is that supposed to be funny? Can't quite tell. Then I'm like, is my sense of humor broken? I'm like, no, I don't think so. It was like, "You're not missing out, Sophie." So it was like, "About How I Met Your Mother." Yeah, no.
Never seen it.
I've seen maybe a couple episodes, but I just, no. It was like, I was a kid first off. That is no excuse, Ayla, for having a crush on fucking the Fonz and Henry Winkler. You could have picked somebody way better. That guy is...
Like Zach Morris.
He's like so hideous. Films like Piccola.
AC Slater.
There you go. There you
Old
go, Piccola.
AC Slater.
Better read that and answer it. Armpit ouch. Piccola says, like the last sitcom that I cared to watch all the way through was Fresh Prince.
Like the new one, like the remake or the original?
Right? Ayla says, no, I liked him as the Fonz. It was his jacket. Sure it was. Looks like Bella exploded on TikTok, but when she got big, she stopped TikToking as much, moved to Twitch and did music videos. Her first video had over 1 million views. Her second just hit 800K views. You probably don't know Bella because she switched platforms recently. Ayla's like, it's okay, Luke. Yeah, Luke, don't get your panties in a bunch about it. Jeez, so we don't know who Bella is. Wow. Just because she got stupid music on WWE doesn't mean that she's any good.
I know who Bella is.
There's a lot of people that have stupid music on WWE, and I don't know who the fuck they are.
She's Team Edward.
She's Team Edward. Gross.
She likes the sparkly dead guys over the dark, handsome guys.
I seriously think that they should just put a whole bunch of sheep out in Africa for the lions to attack.
What the
Then they wouldn't attack all the other animals. If they just filled Africa up with a whole bunch of sheep and goats and stuff, right?
Cows.
And then let the predators eat them, right? They wouldn't go after giraffes and zebra and...
But that's
not that they don't have enough zebra, but...
What kills them is the poachers. What's hurting the wildlife in Africa is that, like Kenya, they banned hunting.
Right.
And so they can't afford to protect the animals because the government won't pay for it.
Right.
Does that make sense? So they need the hunters, so they pay like $100,000 for an elephant. But that'll pay 5 guys' wages for a year.
Right. Well, yeah.
And then they can protect the elephants. But they banned hunting because they think hunting is the problem. The problem is it's the poachers that's the problems. But people will not donate money. You never hear the money being donated for that.
No.
Just let the rich people hunt. And by the way, fucking breed elephants to hunt.
Like pandas.
Have you ever heard of a cow going extinct?
No.
No.
They're delicious.
Breed rhinos to hunt.
Cows.
Breed them by the millions. People will hunt them for $5,000 a piece.
My God, we have elk farms here, bison farms.
They just
deer
don't.
farms.
There's no thinking there because there's no real government set up, and so the animals suffer because of the trade. Gorillas, they just cut their hands off.
Yeah.
Just breed gorillas to cut their hands off.
What would you do with them after that? They can't do anything.
Well, you would kill them, obviously, but you would breed them for that. I get it. They're primates. They look like us, the whole thing.
No, that's not it. It's just a weird thing to do. Like
tigers for their penises. Like
No. I meant like, I mean like I don't like the whole trophy hunting stuff. But most hunters who are, what do you call it, responsible hunters get their trophy hunt, but they also utilize the meat or donate the meat. So hopefully that's something they're doing.
In Africa, you cannot eat the meat that you shoot. You can't keep it.
Right, but you can donate it to villages.
No, they give it to the village. Yeah, it's
donate it.
Yes.
Yeah, you donate the meat to the villages.
All you're keeping is the actual trophy,
yes.
the skin and the.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
And the horns, if there's it's a horned animal.
Yes. Ayla's like, it's okay, Luke, and your spell says I'm back, and Pico's like I mentioned, Mom, 2 broke girls, 2.5 men. They're all pretty dumb.
I don't see a beautiful animal and say, I wish it was dead. But I do know people that see beautiful animals and wish they could kill it and put it on their wall.
Why would you want to do that?
I don't know.
People are so weird.
So I'm not.
I don't get that.
I'm not really a trophy hunter.
If I'm like, that's a beautiful, yummy looking animal.
Well, like here's another example. The elephants in Africa don't have tusks like they used to. They used to have these massive, like 20-foot tusks. Yeah. But all those elephants were kind of eradicated, and so the smaller elephants had to breed with the females
Right.
And then, so now the evolution, just over the last 100 years, the tusks have got smaller and smaller.
True.
Because it's a protection mechanism, because the smaller their tusks are, the less likely they are to be killed.
Right.
I feel like that's what's happening all around the world with all sorts of trophy animals. It's like, if you see something big and beautiful, kill the one next to it. It's future competition, and let that one keep breeding.
Let that one keep breeding. I know, like that buck that I took pictures of that was walking down the road that one time. I'm like, oh, beauty, you better run away and hide. And I think I saw him last year too, and I was like, oh, thank God. Like, I see him every once in a while, and I'm like, run away! Find another place to be! Yeah, it's always sad. Those are ones I don't like that. It was like, not AC Slider. Ew. Killa's like, Piccolo says the King of Queens, pass. Sophie's like, wow, isn't Fonzie tool for Ayla? Piccolo's like, the OG. Sophie's like, everybody loves Raymond. Piccolo's like, Banks. And Ayla says, no, duh, Sophie. He was probably 30 when I was born. So it was like, would a reboot Happy Days work in today's times? Depends on how they popped it off. Depends on how they did it.
No.
They new aged all of it, maybe. Ayla says, and I was probably 10 watching Happy Days. Film says, okay, Sasha Banks is keeping her hairy armpits. Yay. It was like, same Dalitha, kill it and use it all. You give it to the village, but still some people just leave it to rot. Yeah, we have poachers here too. I've seen it happen. I don't know. I just find it sad.
In the
when
old
I'm driving
days,
to work in the morning and there's a dead deer on the side of the road, and it's like, you could have missed it, but instead you weren't paying attention. Like, I have hit a couple of deer and I felt terrible. And there was nothing I could do at the time. One jumped in my car, basically.
Yeah.
Even though I was going as slow as possible, and the other one's standing in the middle of the freeway. And I was like, I'm not going to try to kill myself to save your life. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, it's tough. I've hit a cow.
Yeah. I don't know. I was driving home the other night, or driving out to Dad's the other night. And,
Esther got her up. The rack attack.
there was a deer that she had 2 babies. I don't know if she had twins or if she just took one on, which happens a lot.
Right. Esther wins.
That was a lot longer than I expected.
It was 12 minutes and 4
Wow.
seconds.
Yeah, that was way a lot longer than I expected for him to pull for Sonya. I figured they just had Bella run through her. Anyway, so one of the babies, its back leg wasn't working very well. But the other baby went back to, like, wait for him, and then they were crossing the road, and I was just like, oh. His little foot was all stupid.
Who's this? More. Oh, it's damage control. Get her, Bailey.
It's Bailey. Ding dong, she say.
The ding dong's here.
Yeah. Sophie says, remember Veer, the WWE doesn't have any plans for him yet.
No.
Film says, pick on the first one, sorry, autocorrect. Ayla says, or to suffer in pain until it passes away, poaching. Sophie says, can you believe the year is almost over already? And thanks to Happy Days TV coined the phrase, jumping the shark.
Yeah, we got, what, a little over 3 months till Christmas?
Yeah, it's crazy. Film says, Piccola, here's another armpit question for you. There you go. Ayla's like, that old giraffe that got hunted needed to be hunted because he was stopping younger giraffes from breeding. The village got the meat. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Chris says, Sonya ring gear malfunction, baby. Ew. Pickle says, I hit a deer after PT one morning. Felt so horrible and was going on 30 miles an hour on base. Dude, same. I was probably like going like 20. And I knew there were going to be deer. And he didn't quite jump my car. And I slammed on my brakes. And I just barely clipped his back leg and broke it. Felt so bad. So I had to call so they could come out and kill him. And somebody got the meat. And I was just like, ugh, so terrible. I mean, he didn't go to waste by any means, but I still felt bad that just that basically killed the guy, killed the poor deer.
Yep.
For just that small of a thing. Chris says Sonya's ring gear malfunctioned. I read that. Ayla says, we got hit by a deer, stunned it, then a semi finished it off. That's why we don't have a mirror on the Ford. Chris says Bailey should come have cost Balor title and have Sonya win a title. Ooh. Nobody was able to pin you in 300 days. Did Bex pin her in seconds?
Yeah, but that was over 300 days ago.
Oh, okay.
It was SummerSlam last year.
Oh.
Bianca wants some. Look behind her.
Yeah? I think she knows they're there.
Now she does.
Oh.
Get her in the knees. That's why I said pick one and start swinging.
Just take one of them and chuck it at the other one. That's how you do it.
There you go.
Just take one and then chuck it at the other one. It's fine. You could, I mean, she picks him up pretty easily, so she could definitely just pick up Kai and just chuck her.
Oh, here comes Blister and Asuka.
Yeah, they seem to be on her side. Chris says Bailey should come have cost Balor title and have Sonya win the title. Oh. Luke says my fave sitcoms were Home Improvement, Roseanne, Third Rock from the Sun, Married with Children, and Mork and Mindy. Ayla says we were going at least 60 miles per hour on the highway going to Lava. Pico's like, wow, Mork and Mindy. Because, like, Bianca has backup, I bet. Yep, and there they are. Film's like...
Now Bailey's surrounded.
Karen, and Chris says a female shield. Film says, let's go Bailey. Ouch.
Bailey.
Silliness. I was like, yes, Bliss, but she's wearing a shirt. Take off your shirt, Bliss. How about we just leave her have her shirt on? It's fine.
Why can't she stay with her clothes on?
Why can't she just have her shirt on, dude? Don't be weird. She's not wrestling. She just came down to save somebody.
So next week we're going to get Bliss and Asuka versus Io and Dakota.
It's a Moss.
Oh, it's a big old Moss.
There's already a giant. Look, it's a Moss in action tonight. Next on Raw.
Who is he in action with?
I don't know. Braun. Just kidding.
Won't be long. Triple H isn't going to like that storyline, so he'll get rid of it.
What is it?
A Moss.
Oh.
Just total, like how he just doesn't like it. There's nothing you can do with the guy.
True. I mean, really, you can't. What do you do with those guys? Nothing.
You can't put a title on him because it makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
And
Chris was like, Bliss, baby, and Film says, Piccola, who do you think's going to win in that armpit match he mentioned earlier? I saw somebody eat that and do a review. They didn't like it. They said there was too much bread.
Troubla and just looking for a vape.
Mm-hmm. They made a mistake.
Did you say steak?
Yeah.
Well, at least she got her vape though.
She did.
And
she
that's
found
more
it.
important than
That
the
is
team.
way more important than anything on your team. Very much. Chris is like Braun versus Amos, and Piccolo is like, sorry, I'm looking up something. You should.
Low touch.
That's dumb.
Boom.
What kind of sandwich was that? It looked like it was like hot dogs. Like, but it was like on a sandwich, so like you lined up the hot dogs on a sandwich and then cut it in half, and so you just saw the inside of the hot dogs.
Nice.
That was fucking weird. No, not nice. That's fucking weird and gross looking. Let's see. Chris wants to know if Pico's looking up Bliss pics. Laughing. Ew.
The old Bliss. When it was worth looking up pics about. We read the book. They just don't. We don't need a line monitor.
Chris was like, Jimmy Hater picks? And Pico's like, I wish just week 1 scores. Oh. Some football scores for the week. Flag on the play.
There's a flag. Oh, it's that Terabithia or whatever it is again, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever it was called.
Brea. Well, they did too.
Well, good. Yeah, I went to look it up on that Peacock.
Yep.
And they had like 2 episodes of it, so I didn't watch. That's why I never watched it.
Oh,
I was like, well, why wouldn't they have the whole season on there?
That's weird. It's on their stupid channel.
That guy's just holding on to him.
He's like, you can't run faster than me. I've got you. Dude, that's blatant holding, sir.
Royal Rumble. Almost. Oh.
Oh, no. Their
Died.
picture is stupid.
But at least we have audio.
Moss.
Did they not know in the truck that they're offline?
No.
Oh, now we lost.
They're like, oh no, we don't know what happened.
They're like, it's a terrorist
Our
attack
channel
on
has
wrestling.
problems, USA. Broken.
Meanwhile, over in the NFL.
Meanwhile, on
It's
the
at
Broncos
that
Seattle
Coda.
game, technical
Oh.
difficulties. Please stand by.
That's pretty funny. This Colossus. It's like a radio. It sounds like a radio display.
It sounds like it's coming from
There it
somebody's thing.
Yeah.
Like it was coming from their...
Headphone.
Yeah, like their phone or something. That's pretty funny.
Well, he caught it, but it's not a touchdown.
Nope. He didn't get the ball over the line.
A Moss going up against 2 men. It looks like a 2-man thing.
Picola says San Antonio has great water park.
Oh,
Schlitterbomb.
shit.
Picola also says, wait, you'll have a black screen? We did for a minute. It was creepy.
Yeah, everybody's went out.
Chris says, I love San Antonio Riverwalk. A little technical difficulties, baby. And Picola says, oh, great. Local noobs gonna get squashed. Yep. Local noobs. Cheerful Grizzly in the chat. Hey, Cheerful says,
Grizzly.
LOL. And Robbie says, what woke me up was D laughing. Oh my god, you're not dead in the bathtub, Robbie. Whew. I was worried.
Dodged a
you
bullet.
died. I was worried that you died.
Why don't they run here? There you go. Oh my god. You don't run.
Oh my god. He literally dropped the ball. Like, literally, it was just like, bleh.
That's your running back.
That did something stupid?
Yeah, that fumbled it into the end zone and got a touchback.
What a dumbass.
What the
Toombs got it against the jaw.
Oh.
That guy got thrown into a thing, kind of.
Big boot. Did you see that? He's like,
He's like, here, let me throw you into that turnbuckle. Oh, it hurt me so much.
Amos, pile them up on top of each other and pin them like Wardlow.
Pinkle's like, Ravi's shaving your legs again? And Ayla's
He said,
like,
stack 'em
slightly
up.
disappointed. Ravi's like, hello, DL. Chris is like, those probably aren't noobs. They're probably local legends. Sad, really. They get jobbed out, but they really are great technical wrestlers. Aren't they? Ravi says, yep, disappointment that an Ayla never left. Yeah, Cola.
That was 1 minute and 36 seconds.
That's good.
Amos should play in the NBA. Or be a tight end for my Dolphins.
Yeah.
Can you catch? Just throw it up. I can't tackle him.
Right. Yeah, that's it. Thrilled.
There's Edge in the back. Edge and Ray. He got that sweet poo-tang. He's not going to back down.
Yeah.
Poor Dom had sex finally.
It's gross. So gross.
I apologize now. Poor Broncos. They were so close.
Too funny. Anyways, the film has an armpit question for you. And me, but Misty and Travis, who will win in an armpit deodorant match? Team Carmella, Charlotte Flair, and the Iconics, or Team Bliss, Kelly, and Nikki ASH?
The first one.
Tori Wilson's Team Bliss on that one. All right. Okay, so you're going with Team Carmella, Flair, and the Iconics?
Mm-hmm. They're younger. Go with the younger pits.
Yeah. Totally. That's the one.
We don't want old lady armpits.
No old lady armpits. I'll go with the Team Carmella, Charlotte Flair people too. Why not? Piccolo says, remember when Wardlow stacked like 6 security dudes?
I know, and then they were like, some were on their stomachs, and like, but he beat them all, it counted.
Yeah.
And so he's getting rid of like 4 or 5 guys at a time.
Uh-huh. Piccolo's like, to be honest, it'll be a sad day when Ray and Edge are retired.
Yeah, it'll definitely open doors for younger talent and stuff, for sure.
Robbie says, a little calm Dom getting about. Tom says, if Edge retires, let him have one more match at WrestleMania with Seth. Piccolo says, I hope Dom does an Eddie tribute and lies, cheats, and stills. Film says, okay, Misty and Travis, nice pick. Ayla, rude. I have great armpits for a 76-year-old. Sure you do. Oh my god, Hot Pockets came out with something new. Gross. No. Go. Robbie says, who gives a crud? They all get smashed to the head by steel chairs in these armpit matches. It looks like I could get any guy to eat cake out of my pits any day. People was like, not you, Ayla, showing your armpits like a hussy. Right? Films like Ayla, whatever, going to see your armpits again when you show them on the SummerSlam live stream. They were great. People says, you dang heifer, laugh my ass off. Robbie's like, Ayla, armpits made right guard turn left. Ayla's like, I've lived, Fat Lisa, my time is now. Yeah, motivation. Yeah, September, all month long and stuff. People's like, oh, I guess if you got it, flaunt it. It looks like sometimes reading this chat takes all my energy away. LOL. Well, Luke, just think what I have to go through. You get to read it to yourself. It was like, yeah, hell yeah. It was like, you love it, Luke. It's homemade cake. Gross. Poogle's like, we call this the succubus gab. Oh, jeez. Looks like true, right? I mean, Jesus, dude. You get to just read it to yourself in your own head. I have to say it all out loud. It's forever out there. It's terrifying. Robbie's like, do you love it really? Sure, Robbie. Sure. That's it. I love it so much. I was like, hey, I have to think it up and text it. Right? Yeah, but I have to read it after you think it up and text it, and then sometimes I have to decipher what it is, and some of the things I get to read out loud is not stuff I really want to read out loud. It was like, since I'm the senior mod, I feel like Ravi should have to be here, no breaks on Monday. Okay, but sometimes Luke, he decides that he's going to, like, go get in his bathtub, and then I think he's going to die.
Oh, there.
So I just figured
The Bobby Lashley food starting. Gold.
Yeah. No. 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 No.
I'm bald heading yours. But it'll work.
Pickles, like, I never.
Next Monday?
I watched you start reading something and immediately regret it.
There it is, next Monday. United States Championship match. Mark it in your calendar. Next week. For the face of Raw.
Bobby has glitter on his nose.
Been around some
Bobby
of those other
says,
guys.
do you love all the attention too? No. Ayla says, I think Fat Lisa and I have it the hardest over here. Boom says, that was one of my favorite live streams of seeing Ayla on SummerSlam. It's a great film. Poogle's like, look, it's Smart Baubles. Yes.
Is there another fumble?
Looks like I'll take Robbie's
no.
baths away. Poogle's says, it just came from an opera. Robbie says, oh, Nadi wishes she could scrub my back in the bathtub too. Ew. Drown you? Possibly. Film's like, wait, way ahead of you, Travis. Already wrote it down. Pickle's like, sorry, I wasn't listening. I got entranced by Seth's hypnotic jacket. His purple checkered jacket that he has on. I have no idea what you guys are talking
Oh,
about.
earlier this week, there's The Miz. Look in the background. Do you see him in the window?
It plays itself. On
Dexter
which side?
Lumos.
That one?
No.
Or by
Yeah, he's in the
the
window.
piano?
He's looking at the house.
Oh. So they're going to do that again? They did a thing like that before with somebody and his kids.
There's his kids.
Which one was that? It was before she had the second baby. It was the first baby.
Oh, nobody's in the window now.
Was it Ciampa? Who was that they did that with? That was part of Miz and he came to the house and...
Randy Orton. Wasn't it that Randy Orton storyline?
No, it was The Fiend.
Was it The Fiend?
I think it was The Fiend or something. You gotta be kidding. About that freak.
He was just in the window.
So he followed them to their
Los
house
Angeles,
in
I
Los
guess.
Angeles. What the fuck? Chris says the rumors were true. Rollins versus Lashley. Pico says
There he is.
Wyatt question.
In the window. He was in that window.
In the other window now?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
He's going to pop up behind him here.
Is he going to be in that window next?
Yeah, I think so. I'm guessing.
I'll conduct my own interview. Police escorts.
That's funny. Will we see Dexter Lumos in that window? He's said it twice now. Is the guy daft?
Bray Wyatt, it was The Fiend. Yeah, that's who it was. Looks like, Robbie, you're really getting to parasocial, right? Robbie's like, so Raw has improved for you? And Chris says, who would win in an asshole tag match? Miz and Maurice versus Sammy and Ty. Okay, probably Miz and Maurice.
There he is.
There he is. I saw him. Miz and Maurice. Look, she has shoulder pads. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is she going to get kidnapped?
I doubt it. He'll be in the back of the car or something.
They don't have somebody driving them? That's weird.
Why? They drive.
Well, they're going to some kind of like weird gala thing or
You better not be here when I get back.
Manor Marmiz?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, what the fuck? What? Or shoes in the house. Oh, come on. Is he in there? Is he in their vehicle? Is he going with
They
them?
didn't show him there. Oh, he's inside. Dexter's inside
He's writing him a note.
with their young children.
That's sweet. Oh.
Oh, remember, he
Miss
draws the
and
pictures.
Mrs.
Yeah, he draws the pictures.
With their kids.
He's an artist.
Mm.
He's like that one guy in the South that would like rape all those women, but he didn't know their names, but he could draw their pictures.
That black serial killer that turned himself in.
Yeah, he was a serial killer, yes.
Yeah, he was a serial killer. He was an old man when when he turned himself in, or they got him. He had murdered and raped over like
100.
a lot of women, and he literally made pictures of like 80-something women. That was the only way he knew what they were, what they looked like.
Can you imagine remembering what they look like? I can't remember what the neighbor looks like.
Maybe you have the disease that Brad Pitt has.
I know what they look like when I see them. I can recognize them.
You can recognize their faces? Are you sure?
I could
I
not.
feel like you can't.
I could not do one of those police sketch things with anybody, with you.
I know you can't.
I couldn't do it with the person in the room. Me staring at their face and be like, okay, they have a nose. Okay, it's kind of rounder than that. No, it's a little skinnier than that. Okay, it's way bigger than that. You're way off. That's how I'd be doing it. Like,
I think that, yeah, that works, I guess.
they have a nose and eyes.
They have like hair and stuff. It was weird.
Oh, I know him. That's Yo Mean.
Bryce Pitt says, okay, Dee and Travis, time for me to go. I'll see you guys later for Wednesday. Bye. Peace out. Bye, Bryce. Thanks for hanging out with us. Pickle's like, I'm speechless.
I know
Robbie's
him.
like, Dee sometimes rocks in 80s shoulder pads.
That's Cricket.
Chris says, have you checked the children? Pickle says, happy little stalker. Phil's like, I'm not going to lie. Dexter's got talent. He knows how to draw. That's
Yeah,
true.
if it's really him.
Pickle, maybe it was Dexter Loomis that was in your garage that got into your drink fridge.
It couldn't have been because he is in California.
That was earlier this week.
Oh. I thought they were going to the award show tonight.
Oh, was that earlier today that it said?
Yeah.
Why did I think it said week? Earlier this week. Ouch. Let's see. Robbie says WWE seems desperate with this storyline, and film says I love Maria, but please let the armpits breathe. Blah blah blah. Pickle says another crazy revenge movie. Yeah, revenge. Robbie says LOD does have a round nose. Travis, I never realized till you just said it.
The greatest revenge story ever is Revenge of the
Round
Nerds.
nose.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Revenge of the Nerds.
The greatest revenge story ever.
I think a lot of people have round noses. However many people have witch noses. That would be a very pointy nose. Piccolo's like, keep one eye open tonight, right? Chris says, damn it, no Yokozuna bombs tonight. Guess not. Sad.
No dewdrop.
Do.
Do 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 do.
Dewdrop.
Kind of cash.
Weird. Ooh, it's a 1-year anniversary, you guys. You guys should be so excited. I bet you love it. Robbie says, back in the day, WWF used to do these storylines all the time. Are you talking about the storylines with them kidnapping people or stalking them in their homes? I wouldn't know, so.
Yeah, we had it with Diamond Dallas Page. He did it with The Undertaker's wife.
Willem says, hey, Robbie, what happened? Pickle's like, to what? Chris says, now shush. No, shush me, daddy ass. Gross, dude.
Scissor Daddy.
No, we are not ever doing that.
Scissor.
That's how. That's how. Smack you around now.
So it's definitely going to be Dominic closing down Raw.
Robbie says this guy's up film.
Weird.
Cool beans.
Weird. Weird.
They're having to set it up. They're like, hey, we need some filler. Let's do some shit that happened earlier tonight. It's fantastic.
Yeah, the show was moving along smoothly, and then they slammed on the brakes.
Mm-hmm.
With the recaps. We know what happened earlier. We were here. Thanks.
I was here too. I unfortunately remember it. Feels like Robbie, interesting expression for saying hello. Robbie says, oh, just because D is bad at rock, paper, scissors. Robbie, it has nothing to do with rock, paper, scissors. Travis literally wants to be a lesbian and scissor my fingers. It's disgusting.
I'm the Scissor Daddy.
You're not Scissor Daddy. It's that weird guy on AEW.
Yeah, Gun.
Yeah, that guy.
Billy Badass Gun.
And their weird stuff that they decide to do. I don't get it. So strange. Pico's like, so was I, and so was Toto, and you, Aunt May, you were there. Oh no, we were all there. Cheerleaders' outfits are stupid. I don't like them. They're gonna show the whole stupid fight. Oh my god. What the fuck? Jesus Christ Almighty.
Maybe it's part of the technical difficulty. They're like, just show something from earlier.
No. Cat seems like he's doing a lot of business in there. When was the last time he cleaned his business place?
It needs to probably be done. Dun, 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 dun. You know, the Broncos, if they weren't fumbling prone, would be winning this game.
Ernest Bell says, I'm back. And Chris says, oh, scissors has on me, daddy ass, baby. Gross. See? All gross. You guys are...
They literally showed the whole segment.
Yeah. You didn't even have to miss it. You could have watched it now. You have no idea what's even happening. And then they made his nose bleed. And Kevin's like, oh, I'm so sorry I made your nose bleed. Whoops, my bad. It's official. Let's make it official. Let's make it official. Throw a chair. Let's make it official.
We got 2 matches for next week announced this week. You think you know me. Here comes Edge.
Let's make it official.
Let's make it official then.
Let's make it official. Pickles like have another conundrum. Travis, who's the best running back of all time?
Ooh, that's tough. There's 2 in the conversation.
Whew.
So it's either Jim Brown or Barry Sanders. So I'll go with Barry Sanders just because he had the weakest offensive line probably.
Blue says, scissor me, daddy ass. Robbie says, how long is Theory going to be a briefcase wanker for?
I'm seeing that going into the new year.
For as long as it takes.
Unless they put it on somebody else.
Chris says, Earl Campbell, baby. Blue says, can someone tell me why John Gargano is so over?
He's not. He's really not. Just watch the audience. The internet people like him, but
the audience didn't give a shit.
Just watch your audiences. Watch the people that pay.
Luke says Barry Sanders, if he would have had a better line, who the hell knows what Barry could have done.
Yeah. You put Barry Sanders on those Cowboys teams, he could have ran for 3,000 yards in a season.
Mm-hmm. Rob is like, Jim Brown, doesn't he have better stats? Blue says Barry Sanders. Pickles like, nice pick. I really liked Adrian Peterson. And
AD, baby.
Peter says, Vindicator says, well, Travis and Duluth, you guys take care, and I will see you for Dynamite. Bye, chat. Bye, Vindicator. Thanks for hanging out with us. Robbie says, but do you give shit? No, but the cat sure does. Ernest Bell says, later.
Is this her new song?
I don't know, or is it his song?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Ernest Bell says, later, and Pickle's like, see ya, Vindicator.
There's no way this match can actually happen because Dom can't hang.
Right.
But there's still 19 minutes left.
It's ridiculous. Robbie says, D, have you ever mistakenly stepped in the kitty litter tray? No. Robbie's
No, it's got a lid.
Peace. Why on earth would anybody accidentally step in a kitty litter tray?
Wake up in the middle of the night.
Like, Robbie, do people just not watch where they walk or something? My God.
In the dark?
People forget where shit's at. Like, oh, I forgot where the kitty litter box was. Oops. I put it there and it's been in the same spot for months.
I did just move it, but...
Luke says Sanders' stats are cut off because he retired after only 10 seasons. If Barry did that in only 10 seasons, that's all you need to know.
Yeah, he did that, and you got to remember that Jim Brown also retired early. That's the other thing. By the way, I think Barry is probably a tad bit better, but Jim Brown was a beast.
I don't know his name. His name isn't familiar to me. Blue says, is Robbie the moderator Robbie from Disney Channel? Robbie says D, but it's you, so it is possible. LOL. Oh, what am I, retarded or something? I didn't realize I was so dumb. Chris was like, he did Eddie hand signs. That's weird.
What?
I guess Dom possibly did Eddie hand signs,
Oh.
Chris is saying.
I did not see that. The poor Mysterios.
Oh,
Their
man,
whole
so
household being
sad.
torn apart.
Oh, Roy says, D, is the traffic bad where you live? Not necessarily. It's a lot busier than it ever has been, but I guess that's growth, right?
So we've got a very simplistic wrestling match going on because Dom's not going to be able to hang.
Just
Remember
go in
what
there
he
and
did to
do
you.
it.
He slept with your stepmom.
Blue says, I was trying to come, but hire Vince just to come down and you're fired to CM Punk. Chris says they replaced Uncle Eddie with Uncle Edge. Chris says, what happened to Tio Chavo?
Chavo. I don't know where Chavo Guerrero
Who
is.
is that?
It's just another Guerrero.
Oh.
Chavo Guerrero. I would assume that's who they're talking about. But if Eddie's his dad, and Edge slept with, what's her name? Excuse me.
Oh.
I can't remember her name now. Vicky. That's why he's so upset about what's happening.
Ah. That makes a lot of
Because
sense.
the Edge slept with his stepmom.
Did he say I'm your man now?
Yeah, I think so.
That's weird. That's just weird.
We got a full-out beatdown on the outside, but Dom's fighting back.
Robbie says, so Ray and Sons no longer the dream they once were.
No, that team's over.
Blue says, so is Eddie Dominic's dad or was that just a work?
It's a work, but
totally
it's fun to play with.
Pico says he was on AEW for
He
a
looks
cup
just
of
like
coffee, remember?
he looks like his dad. I do kind of remember that, yeah. But yeah, I mean, Dominic he looks just like his dad. If you look at the pictures of his dad when he took his mask off there for all those years, they look the same. He's just taller.
Yeah. Film says 8.6 out of 10 for Raw. It wasn't bad, just a few ups and downs in a positive way.
Yeah, I
Blue
feel like
says,
that third hour,
said,
though, went downhill.
Excuse me. Yeah. Pico says, I had gone back and watched the whole custody angle back in 05. Chris
cool.
says, hello, no, Eddie slept with Angie, had Dom, said Ray was dad, and Eddie turned to Uncle Eddie, so then who was Aaliyah's dad? Bum says, okay, guys, I love your live stream so much. I love you guys so much, including everyone in the chat. I'll see you guys on Wednesday night Dynamite, Wednesday night live stream. Bye. Peace out. Robbie says, so Edge just getting his breath back in this match. But Film's finishing his bye with God Blessing America and all the women's armpits out there that he loves. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, Film. We'll see you on Wednesday, and take care. Pickle says, did you watch the Rey Mysterio A&E special? Ray was sneaking into bars at 15 when he was wrestling in Mexico.
That's awesome.
I'm surprised he needed to sneak in. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they want you to be 18, but yeah.
No, I'm just surprised that he had to sneak in. Like,
right. with all the big guys that he was with.
Right. Like, I'm sure at that time a lot of them probably took him under his wing and stuff. And
Well, he wrestled with his dad, Rey Mysterio. But he was already in the pros.
Right.
I remember when he showed up, and I was like, wait a second, I just watched Rey Mysterio the other day. It's like, no, this is his son.
Robbie talking out of his butt. Do you used to sneak into bars a lot? Sure. I never went to a bar until I was 21. Damn. So I never snuck into bars. Pretty sure my first alcoholic drink was when I was like 14. I went to a rendezvous with a cousin and she gave me a wine cooler. Bartle and James or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah. The old guys.
When they were actual wine coolers before they all became malt beverages. She gave me one of those to drink. It was probably my first time ever having like actual alcohol. Never had any until we went to Mexico. I turned 18 down there and had like a margarita or something down there, and that was it. Never was big on drinking alcohol. I'm gonna keep running from that smile. Nobody wants to run away from a smile. It's so nice. Seems like a really nice movie.
It's about smiling.
Smile.
It's very positive.
Robbie's like, the rendezvous go on? Yes, just one of his toys.
One of these days it's going to be real.
Right? Robbie says you're just big on wrestling now. Robbie, do you know what a rendezvous is? Like a
rendezvous then I'm through with you.
A rendezvous here in the States. Like
a rendezvous is when you hook up with somebody.
Well, I get what you guys are saying the definition is, but
a low rent rendezvous.
Not,
But no, I know what a rendezvous is. My dad did them.
Pico says I was given a can of Schultz malt liquor outside my neighbor's house. Gross. Chris says, smell Joker Clan movie. Pico's like probably the same, around 14 or 15. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I do know. But do you? I mean, I know you know what a rendezvous, like the definition of it is, but do you know what a mountain man rendezvous is in the States? Probably not. Bet you don't have any idea what that is.
You wear fur and hunt with muzzle loaders. There's no hunting, but you get to throw hatchets and shit. It's actually pretty fun.
You have to wear era-appropriate clothing. You don't bathe. Basically, don't wear shoes for like a week.
Get some moccasins.
Yeah.
Greek sandals.
I was like, you do have some weird... I have ideas. I don't know what the
Three
fuck
amigos.
you're talking about. Sounds to me like you have no idea what I'm talking about, so...
Oh, the crowd didn't like that.
Boo! So he says, I wonder who is going to lose the championship first. Lou says Roman. Do you think Solo will get a mid-card championship run?
I don't know. Yes, at some point, I think he'll get some sort of title shot. But I don't know if he'll capitalize on it. They like Walter and they like Bobby. Bobby could lose it to Seth. I wouldn't be surprised. But at the same time, I think they want to push Seth at the main title here pretty soon.
Oh, no. He got him and he fell down.
In his man parts. Because now Rhea's going to be very, very disappointed.
I didn't know he had man parts, but sure, man parts.
Rhea said he did. Unless she's the one with the strap on. I never thought of that.
Robbie says that sounds raw. Pico is like, Dom's spiky hair reminds me of the cartoon Angry Beavers, right? That's kind of funny, actually.
Never heard of
So
it.
he's like, I'm guessing football is over.
No.
No, it's not. Pickle's like, that shimmy was so mid. Yeah, mid.
Mid. Next week, we got the Bills and the Titans. Or is it a doubleheader?
Next Monday at 7:15, the Titans and the Bills, and then the Vikings and somebody else at like 8:30. I didn't catch who it was. No, they still got 4 minutes left in the fourth.
How the hell can they have a game start at 8 o'clock on the East Coast?
I have no idea.
That wouldn't start here until... Oh, wait, that would be 6, huh?
So if it says I could see the Usos lose their championships before Roman does, I don't know why I have that feeling.
Yeah, I feel like the Usos have to lose it first. At least one of the titles.
Mm-hmm.
We might be able to see what's going to happen in pre-site when they start doing it on NXT, when they start breaking those titles up.
Right.
And just kind of see how they do it. And then that'll probably be how they do it on the main roster.
Probably. Because at some point they've got to do it, but I agree with you. I think they're going to start with the Usos first before they do it to Roman. And they have to, like you said, figure out a way to break the titles apart, because there's no way they're just going to have one tag title for the men, even though they could. But I just don't feel like, because each brand is on a different channel and it's through a different promoter, it just wouldn't work. Each one of them are going to want their own champions. They aren't going to be like, yeah, sure, you can come back and forth. I'm surprised that USA has been okay with it for as long as they have.
Right. They let WWE get away with a lot because they get a lot of revenue from people watching.
Right.
Boot to the face. Face boot. DDT.
Pickle says, one of my only live football games I went to was in Tennessee, Titans versus the Jets. It was a Monday night game, and the Tim Tebow was quarterback for New York.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sophie says, Bobby versus Seth. Sorry, buddy. Seth next week. That could be an interesting match. Riley says, camping. I don't even know what the fuck that was. What the hell do you have stacked in the corner there?
But no idea what that could have been. Golf club, maybe?
I have no idea what it was.
Why is Dominic lasting this long against Edge? What's wrong with Edge?
I don't know. I guess they had to make it look like he's good. They're like, hey, we want to make sure Dom looks good. They're like, you have to look like a pansy-ass puss face. Robbie
Like
says...
Edge is showing his age or something.
So, camping. BT Sports cuts out some of the American WWE ads. It's probably good. Someone says, I'm surprised the USA Network haven't come up with their own versions of the World or Tag Team Championships by now. Chris says, Edge is an old geriatric. Sophie says there's 5 minutes left. Oh, look. There's this little fluke roll up real quick. As Robbie says, this is an average main event.
Well, this shouldn't be a main event. Dominic's not good enough.
Yeah, shouldn't even be close to a main event.
You should have came out and beat him with a chair for 5 minutes and been done with it.
Right.
No, please. He's not even able to wipe off his blood from all the punches, the heavy shots by Edge. He's taking heavy shots. Oh, and then a smack. Why are they counting?
I don't know, because people like to count.
Well, why isn't the referee counting? He's in the ropes.
Sophie
It should be a
says-
5 count and then a disqualification.
Right. Sophie says, why is this the main event? That should have been the opener and have Riddle versus Finn be the main event. Luna's like, goodbye, everyone. Bye, Luna.
God
Thanks
damn
for
it,
hanging out with
Ray.
us.
Get out of the ring!
God bless you. Says, I'm gone now. Bye, God bless you.
Ray's not letting it happen. Edge and Ray are going to have to go at it. Oh, Damien's
taking care of him.
Oh, chop block.
Finn's taking a chop block to pour that.
All right, ring the bell. It's over.
So basically, Edge won.
Yes.
Edge or Ray got thrown into the table over there and landed in what's-his-face's lap.
Sexy. 16-15.
Smith or Jones or whatever that guy is that commentates.
Smith.
Yeah, Smith. John Smith.
John Jacob Jingleheimer, yeah. Oh, Rhea hits him in the leg, right in that knee area.
Pickle's like, this should be a DQ. It finally happened.
It was.
Robbie says the ref can't be assessed in this match. LOL. Sophie says, so we are seeing Edge versus Ray now. This is an interesting twist to this feud. Pickle says, what the fuck happened? That was a crazy cut. I have no idea what happened.
Oh, trying to shatter that kneecap.
Martha says, see you Wednesday.
Not a
Bye, Martha.
spatella! Oh, no!
Oh, no. Chris says, first the Usos embarrass the family. Now Dom embarrassed the family. Sophie says, when Amos came out for some reason, the USA Network ran into technical difficulties. He came out, did his business, and left. Like, we watched
so
his
big.
match and everything.
Well, if they get in field goal range, the Broncos can win this. This is a 1-point game. 16-17 with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. Oh, no. I think he just destroyed his knee.
Oh, no. His poor leg.
Coup de grace right to the leg.
Robbie's like, oh, dear. Oh, dear. You seem really worried there, Robbie. So is like Braun versus Amos. Is that where it's going? They hinted at it during commentary.
Who versus Amos?
Braun.
Yeah. Well, Braun's already beat him once. Torn patella tendon. You suck. You suck.
His purple isn't the same as their purple. It's weird. Well, maybe it's the same as Finn Balor's purple. Never mind. All right, everybody. That's the end of Raw tonight. Thank God, Jesus. That last part was just terrible. Ugh, it was hard to get through.
To have Dominic on there is weird. Main eventing. Mm-hmm. But I get it. Edge is the main event guy, so.
Yeah. Pickle says the single is recycling over and over. Like we get it. Edge gets injured again. Chris says no, Finn Balor teabag Edge like Reigns did to Drew. LOL. Robbie says no, on the bright side, if Edge is out, no more stinky matches and he chill at home and watch the Gab. LOL on a Monday. Sure, haha. Not impressed, no. Alright, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight for Raw. Oh, that's great. Monday. Okay. And we'll be back on Wednesday, though, for AEW. We'll see what happens over there and how much drama can still continue.
Yeah, Wednesdays.
Wednesday.
Hopefully we can keep doing it. If they keep doing Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia in the main events, I'll be done. I can't watch it.
Yeah.
It'll be an unwatchable show. And I don't say that too often, but I mean, when they go out of their way to try to push away wrestling fans with trash like that.
Yeah. It definitely isn't a very entertaining match, that's for sure. I don't know. I mean, I guess they have.
But they've done it week after week after week, and yeah. And isn't Jericho going to wrestle Garcia at some point? Which will probably be a main event match.
Probably.
Anyways, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, somewhere around there. Rise Age will be a decent watch, I guess. All right, but anyways, on that note, we're going to go. Thanks for watching tonight with us on Raw. We really appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see most or more of you on Wednesday. Everybody have a great night.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Bye-bye.
Bye.